Welcome to Kranky Live, the show where bold minds meet real talk. This isn't your average sports or news show. It's where we break down sports, culture, and controversy with facts, fire, and fearless honesty. Here, truth cuts through the noise, and hype gets exposed. From football to track and field, from world issues to local debates, we ask the tough questions, speak without fear, and go deeper than the headlines. We don't follow the crowd, we set the trend. While others recycle the same tired takes, we bring fresh insight, unfiltered analysis, and bold perspectives. No echo chambers, no puppet talk, just real conversation for people who think for themselves. Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Think critically, question boldly, and speak freely. This is Kranky Live, where reason rules the mic and truth always win. Come on, let's get into it. Good afternoon. I think I'm losing my voice. Triple E, One Love. How you guys doing? Good afternoon. You know, I keep doing these what I call impromptu shows because I don't want to spend too much time preparing and then spread it out late in the evening. So thanks for joining me. This is the day after Jamaica put themselves in a position to increase the likelihood of them qualifying for the 2026 World Cup, something the country has not accomplished in the last, 27, some say 28 years. If you think about 97 was the qualification and 98 was the World Cup. And the question is, will we do it this time? Bless up, Jargon. Thanks for joining. I'm sure a lot of people will have different views about yesterday's game, what transpired, perspective as to the opportunities going forward. So we're going to dissect all of that, actually. It was a very good performance against a weakened Bermuda team. I think their primary forward went back to Luton, where he plays. So he wasn't there, and the offensive threat wasn't there. They really troubled. Blake didn't have to make any real save, actually, of consequence, and put Jamaica in good stead. But also some concern going to the final round, given that it'd be the most difficult round for any team, apart from Trinidad in the first round. Triple E says optimistic. A few things. One is the most important thing that happened yesterday, to me, happened before the Jamaica game. The fact that Trinidad drew with Curaçao, who had taken the lead in the first half. And Trinidad, to me, overall looked like the better team. Would be a difficult out, even though the maximum points they can get is 11. The maximum Jamaica can get is 15. The maximum Curaçao can get is 14. The problem for Jamaica is that Jamaica has a difficult route to get there because it's playing the two toughest teams in the next window, while each of those teams, Curaçao and Trinidad, will play against Bermuda. Now, the fight is not just for first place, because as you know, second place team have an opportunity, if they finish high up enough, to go in some playoff round to try to get to the World Cup. So there are multiple opportunities. The best outcome, as Triple A is saying, is the game being drawn, because either team won. If Trinidad won, they'd have 7 points and have a maximum of 13 they could get. If Curaçao won, they would have had 10 points and we're in the driver's seat. And we have to remember, Curaçao has not lost a game so far in these qualifying. We have lost one. Trinidad has lost one. Now, we may have minute hope that, given that Bermuda's last two games are at home, can they put up a fight to any of these teams? But they also may want to experiment because they can no longer make the playoffs or get to the World Cup. So they don't have any incentive. As you come in, people, please hit the like button. So what I'm going to do now is we will sort of walk through some of the activities that transpired yesterday at the National Stadium. They had I'll say this about the crowd, actually, which is the crowd up there was enthusiastic. It came across really well. But if I was to draw conclusions and a perspective, which may seem harsh and it'd be blunt, is that Jamaica doesn't love football. Bless up, Drew Ross. So why do I say that? I watched the Honduras versus Haiti game. Stadium is packed, right? Because Honduras is doing really well. They haven't lost. They haven't given up a goal, and they haven't lost any game in their stages. Being the group with Costa Rica. I watched the Curacao game with a population of say 160, 10,000 stadium sold out. Let's say we had 500 Trinidadians in the crowd. I don't think they had that much. Let's say they have 9,500. And a population of 150, you can extrapolate what that number is, right? In terms of percentage of people who went to the game. 10,000 of 160 is a huge number. And you can only hold 10,000 in the stadium, and it's sold out. You go to the Jamaica Stadium, the population of, say, 2.93 million, say a stadium between 35 and 40,000, and you can't sell out the stadium. So that means 1% of the population of Jamaica wasn't in that stadium versus more than, say, 6% of the population in this stadium in Curacao for their game, and Honduras is even better. As a country, we all want the credit and the euphoria and the benefits of getting to the World Cup, and it makes us all feel good about ourselves. But we don't want to put in the work, whether it's the financial resources and or committing time to go to the national stadium to go to the games, which I think is sort of ridiculous, frankly. I see someone like what's his name, with his own channel, a Tottenham supporter. He was at the game. He's always on AFTV. His name will come back to me. So people travel far and wide to go to the games, and people are in the island who can get tickets. And I know the game is on a weekday, but to me that's no excuse, because the Curacao game is a weekday, the Honduras game is a weekday. So that's not good. That's not good. NEJs M6 says, beat Curacao at home. That's it. Yes. Yeah, and we'll get into the permutations and what we need to do to win, actually. But we'll do that a little bit later in the show. Oh, no, and so Jamaica has always been about excitement and hype, Kranky. That's why players that does tricks a lot of players. Yeah, it's a little bit sad, actually. Tell people all the time, Jamaica don't love football. They love it that come to games. Well, they go to Chris Brown concert. And they go to the man just come out from the Penn concert. So those are more than 30,000. There are people on the field. Tycoon saying, Kranky, happy Earth Day. Thank you, sir. Happy for the win. Let's get a carry week. Yeah, I know. We will talk about that somewhat, actually. But the coach did make some changes. So we're gonna do next. Bless up, Langsley. Pastor, how you doing? We'll walk through some of the excitement in the stadium, some of the pictures, and some of the goals scored. And then we'll come back and talk about some of the things, which is where we are in the standings, what the permutations look like, possibility of qualification, and we'll take some phone call. But let's see, said, Kranky, it's not that we don't love the game. We just need heart and fight from the boys. No, you got to go support them so I can give you the heart and fight. You want the boys to fight hard, but you're not supporting them. The office is supposed to be the well, we'll see next time around, because regardless of what happened with the Trinidad game, regardless of what happened with the Bermuda game, well, not regardless, if Curacao loses, regardless of what happened in the Bermuda game, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, if Jamaica beat Trinidad and Curacao lose, then Jamaica going to the World Cup, right? But we'd expect that to happen. So the final game that decides the group is going to be, to me, Jamaica versus Curacao. And the question is, will the crowd turn up and make themselves be the 12th man? Bless up, tougher Rudy. We have to beat both Curacao and Curacao. Both have 3 points. No, we don't have to beat them both nitro. We don't have to beat them. We're going to go through the permutations. We don't have to beat both of them. We can afford to lose a game and still make the World Cup. We have to beat Curacao. We don't have to beat both of them. We may have to draw with Curacao, but we don't have to beat both of them. Depends on what happened with Trinidad. Blessed Donovan, Downer. How are you doing, Downer? Everything all right? If we beat Curacao, we're good. Yes, that is true. But we prefer not to come down to that because we haven't shown that we can beat them so far. Thank you, Lamar Williams. It's been a good day. I wake up to some nice presents, even though I'm not into the present business anymore. And I'll probably go to dinner this evening. Being taken to dinner. So yeah, it's been good. So let me do this. Let me play some of this. We can go through this and then we can have the conversation. So these are pictures from the National Stadium.
Performance right now. Come on, Joe.
As you can see, let me go back. You see all these dignitaries in the house, people. But when we've seen politicians in the house, let me run it again. I can only play certain videos, people, because you know them have copyright thing. You see expression in the house.
Right now. Come on, Jamaica. Come on, Jamaica. Come on, Jamaica. 4-0. Yeah, tell them. 4-0. Them over performance. 4-0. 4-0. Yeah. It's not a if. It's not about now, maybe. We are going to World Cup next year. Me I make my visa go to use. I make my visa card and get there.
them have to qualify. Them not a choice. Half is a trend.
Wow, boy. The previous match, I expected Jamaica to beat Curacao easily, but I was very disappointed, you know what I'm saying? This match now, let me tell you this, blood. These men better win 2-0, blood. We better make it in the World Cup, fam. And I'm telling you.
Well, I've loved the Reggae Boyz since 1998, so I believe in them always, and I think, yeah, we're going to qualify for the World Cup. What's my prediction? 3-love or 4-love? We're going to win, man.
Right now, we still have to qualify, you know. We have to win this game about 3-love.
You look like a man or some liquor, don't it?
Tonight, 3-love straight. I check it from there. Let's do us up on the bus there, you know. Let's come on.
Yeah, well, this is a must-win match, and I'm expecting us to win. So they just need to do what they have to do. All right, this and the next 2 matches that we have.
So that was the own goal by Bermuda. And if we look at the game, we'll go to the players and how they perform. But a really good cross in by Palmer and pressure on the defense and good pressure. Yeah, that was Shelley earlier. A lot of different celebrities in the house. I think Usain Bolt was there. Shelley was there. A lot of celebrities in the house, actually, even though the stadium wasn't full. You can look in the background and see right there, enough empty seat. By the way, people, the field is atrocious. Jamaica got to do something to that field, people. For the next 2 months until November, they got to spend some time trying to get that field in good condition. It doesn't help the players when the field is like that. And that was a pass from Palmer to Nicholson to Dixon, and good shot by Dixon, but I think he probably should have put that one away. He said the crowd was ready to say goal, and it didn't come. It didn't come. I wanted to watch this player, people. Look, it's good move by Cephas. But if you're playing, this is going to sound really bad and critical of me. If you're playing minor league football, if you're playing primary school football, people, you're the right back, right? The man has the ball. You have to push him down the line. You thought that basic in football. He went inside that way up the field. Now, when they scored against us, Curaçao, I thought Lambert did the best job, but it wasn't a lot of time. It was one touch inside and score. Look how much room Cephas had. So now you can't tackle with your left foot because that's not your strong side. All right? That's basic football. That's really poor. But watch it go. Now, I'll say this. Throughout the game, I don't know, can't tell me said it's not, I'm coming now and buy it. Throughout this game, people, I thought Cephas made more of an effort to be more aware of where he was and putting the cross in the box. Now, when he got late in the game, he got a little bit selfish. But in the early part of the game, especially 2 assists he had, when he beat his man, he looked up. In previous game to me, he was not looking up. He looked at the first goal he set up. He looked up. When he got by the man, he looked up to Nicholson and he looked up to Bobby Reed. And for the people who are saying that my question to Rudolph Speed was inappropriate, wrong, I shouldn't ask the question. When I said, have they spoke to Cephas about his decision making and people got all upset with me? You can't tell me something about talk to Cephas and remind him. Trust me. You cannot convince me otherwise. Not saying I did it, but that conversation has been had because you look how his head went up as soon as he beat his man. He wasn't doing that before. People can't tell me the conversation not being had. Maybe he was watching somebody's program when Speed was on, but you can't tell me the conversation being had, and it wasn't a reminder. I'm not going to be convinced. I'm going to replay that, people. Look at what Cephas did. The second goal was even more evident. Because the first one was harder, right? It was further field. Look at it. I'm going to try to play this again. Look at this, people. Look at the second goal he set up. Look where his head. Look, he beat by the man. His head is up. He's looking across. Right away. Right away as he got by the man. In fact, he glanced before. Right away, he was crossing. Now, I understand that Owen, but we've been saying that for a long time, Owen. That's what the point you're missing, Owen. We've been saying that forever. It became a big brouhaha when we had discussion with Speed. But anyway, I'm not saying I did it. I didn't do it me, but it's been saying forever. You've been saying, I'm a footballing brain forever, Owen. Kind of interesting that this game is the game where we saw it manifest itself more than others. You can't tell me the conversation wasn't had. I understand what you're saying, Owen, and it's true. We have talked about this ad nauseum, but please explain to me why is this game versus all the other games? Now, that was Cephas' goal. I couldn't get one that had the noise in the background, people, because, CONCACAF strict with them policy. I didn't get the dribble. It was from half line. Let me see if I have anything. I don't think I had it, but I had to cut out all of it because it was copyright infringement and I couldn't afford that. So, but I just have to show more pictures and the end of the goal.
For your patience,
so now we're going to go into the press conference. So the game is over. Everybody's happy. And this is a press conference. So I haven't listed the press conference. So I haven't been doing that. Bless up, Mr. Man. I didn't miss it. If somebody call me KC, then something from my whole football. Well, let me not say me to play football. Days when I used to try to play football. Let me put it that way. So Mr. Man, what other name do you go by? So we can't know me I talk to. So this is the press conference, people, which is subsequent to the game. So you saw the highlights. people in the stand. You saw the goals. I think I had all 4 goals. And then this is the coach subsequently. And when you win, everybody happy, you know. And I haven't listened to it, so I'll jot down my comments as relates to this, actually.
The head coach of the Jamaica Senior Men's National Team, Coach Steve McClaren, will now open the floor for questions from members of the media. Please raise your hand, and once you're indicated, then you can be able to pose your question to Coach McClaren. Gregory, start us off.
Coach, what the winning rate for Jamaica back at the top of the table? Before the game, you have spoken about the importance of the wingers bringing energy. We saw where CFAS, all those wingers really brought energy and created those opportunities for the goal. Can you speak about the performance as well as the attackers' influence?
As you say, I think it was a great response from the team. And what we wanted was to be back in control of the group. Got to thank Trinidad for getting a result at Curaçao, and still a lot of work to do. But we're pleased with the reaction, pleased with the performance. Changed a few things, brought in energy really, and the players responded. You know, well done to those who unfortunately didn't play, but they've contributed to getting the team ready. Congratulations to the team who started. Well done, and well done to the subs who came on. We knew this game was going to be for 95 minutes, and everybody was ready, impacted, good start, got the lead, controlled the game, 75% possession, 28 shots on goal. You couldn't ask for any more, maybe apart from a few more goals, but let's not be greedy. And now it's about the players staying healthy, getting some minutes at the club, and coming back for what are 2 absolutely massive games in a few weeks.
Thanks, Gregory. Jamal?
Yes, Coach. It was a very impressive attacking display. We saw some good passenger play in the middle of the park as well. The defense probably was not as tested as the rest of the team might have been. What lessons do you think can we take from each of the different departments going into the final?
It shows that, you know, I picked the squad, and what's happening to the squad now from a year ago is that maybe we had players up there and then the squad members down there. Now the squad's come together, and you know, it's the trust that you have to put in the players to start, to come on, to impact. And you know, if you watch us training, you know, the competition is very fierce. So we have got, you know, I think in the year the squad has accelerated. We brought new players in, so we're delighted that the squad is strong, and we will need that for the next 2 games.
Thank you, Jamal. Trish?
Good night, Coach. Talk to me about the performance. Was it that the turf, when you were in Curacao, how tough was it? Because the changes tonight, the substitutions, were almost a perfection. Players, you know, being slotted in at the right time, going into the positions that's very fitting for them. But was it just the turf, or what would have happened against Curacao, and how you changed that within the short period of time to not get the results tonight?
I'm not making excuses, but the turf was always going to be a factor. And talking to Bermuda, Michael, the Bermuda head coach, you know, he kind of criticised the surface, but we made no excuses. It took us 20 minutes to really adapt, and as I said, after that we had opportunities to score. That's football. It turned around. When you look at the stats again, you know, that could have easily been a different result. The reaction was the key thing to making sure that we at least won tonight, and the players have done that, and Trinidad have done us a favour as well.
They sure did. In a team sport, I think, especially when you get the results of a 4-0 win, you credit everybody. But talk to me about the introduction tonight of, starting the young player Kahim Dixon and the introduction of Whisper, who came on, Lujan Richards came on and did tremendously well, and the same for even Cephas. Talk to me about those 3 players.
Cephas is always a threat. Kahim is now playing first team football regularly, and you can see that. His work rate, we said to the players, there's nothing tactical, nothing about the way they played, it's just pure energy we need, and Kahim gives us that. Cephas was different, that he played and started the 2 games, and we love Calamatri, and now we've got Shamar Nicholson who's back to what everybody knows Shamar Nicholson can do, and he had a great effect on the game and helped, not just an effect on the game individually, but helped the team in terms of how he pressed and his work rate, how he held the ball up. There was always a threat. He's in the box, and he was unlucky not to score against Curacao on 2 occasions. So as I said before, the squad has concertina to such an extent that the quality within that is a lot closer, so the competition for places is there, which is the key to it.
Thank you, Coach.
Jordan?
Coach, you talked about, Trinidad doing us a favour. Back in our hands, in terms of us being on top of the group again. It was in our hands before we played Curaçao away. Now with the final 2 most critical World Cup qualifiers coming in November, how do you, one, not make that, put too much pressure on the players, but balance that with also having them keyed in and fully focused on not letting it slip?
I think the key thing was the players knew, the result against Curaçao was disappointing, and they wanted the reaction. You could see that in training, the 2 days we had, the focus, and you could see that in the performance. And you're right, 2 games to go, and I said it would go to the last 2 games, and generally it goes to the last. So we've got 2 very intriguing games, but there's still a long way to go, a lot to do. We just hope the players stay healthy, can play minutes for the club, get fitter, and maybe we can get players also back that will improve us even more.
Thanks, Jordan. Robert?
Yeah, Coach, it looked good out there what the Jamaica team was doing. You made 5 changes, but the question is, how much of what we saw was what the plan was, or how much of it did just happen?
Nothing just happens. We have a structure. We have a structure in out of possession. We have a structure in possession, and we've seen that, I think, throughout, from the first game against Cuba, how we played, how we build up, and it's no different now. We tweaked 1 or 2 things, and I think the quality of the players over the years has improved. We found new players, the likes of Cadamartri, introduced Ian Frey last time, Tyrese Campbell. So we're always looking, we're always recruiting for players that can improve us, but the key thing is the character that they've got, and I think everybody kind of epitomised the character, and it was nice to see also, introducing these boys, Kira Anderson, Ian Frey, John Russell, who's been experienced, but Whisper as well, and now on the wide areas, we've got players who can really work hard for the amount they can die, and we can bring on quality players for that.
And how much are you looking forward to having the full complement of players back from injury and so on, with all that is there now, to put the 11 together for another game?
Yeah, I think when you look at the first squad that we had a lot of injuries. I think about 8 or 9 players were missing. Some of them returned. lost Damari Gray, and you know, we hope that they stay healthy. But I think what we've got is a pool of players, maybe 30 players, and the quality is concertinaed, so that, you know, I trust anyone to come in and do the job.
Chris?
And you made mention in the pre-match press conference, you know, that you were missing, you know, Isaac Hayden and Casey Palmer. They came in and clearly have made a difference. I mean, again, stress the importance of what they did tonight and how they performed from your vantage point.
Yeah, it's Isaac gives us that steadiness in the middle of the field, and Casey, although he's not playing for his club, we had no hesitation in flying him over for the second game, and you know, I think his performance, it reminded me of the first game against Cuba. He was man of the match then, and his performance, not just on the ball but the work rate off the ball, his backward pressing, his tackling was very impressive. So I think him and Bobby and Isaac proved to be a real good three in there. And we had good balance in the team, good structure, which is always important. Good discipline all the way through, and control the game through possession. But in the final third, I think that's how we want to play in that final third, which was at times excellent.
Yeah, and also the 12th man, obviously the crowd, you know, injected some life in the players. I mean, what a way to bounce back in front of your own crowd against Bermuda.
That was important, and we you know, that was part of our pre-match talk, was about making Jamaica proud, and that's how, you know, the players, that's their responsibility to win the games. You win the games, you make them proud, and if you win the games, you see everybody smiling, and that's the key thing, I think. You know, if I've learned anything from my year here and the culture of Jamaica, is you demand a lot, but when you deliver, the smiles are the best smiles in the world.
David?
Coach King from Barbury TV. Coach, talk to me about what went into the selection of the front three, especially them being three players from Jungle, and the cohesion between especially Kyle Dixon and Shamar Nichols.
Yeah, I thought it was, the chemistry was excellent, and you're absolutely right. We needed energy after Curaçao, and Kahim came on, and Shamar, and when they came on, they were a real handful against Curaçao. Cephas is always a threat, and it was just a case of you know, the likes of Kadamatri and Tyrese Campbell played 60 minutes, and Kahim and Shamar played 30, so I just flipped it and reversed it and said I want energy from the beginning, and also people to carry on that energy through. And the front three, I think Shamar especially, it's difficult for a 9 when you're up there and you're the first man pressing, but I thought he did it very well.
Roger?
Coach, can you just elaborate a little bit? You say your squad is coming together. I just want to get an understanding as to, are you saying that you have now 2 or 3 players per position? Is there a possibility of a long shot for anybody else to get into the team, or and well as that settled squad is for an eye on next year in the World Cup or for the remainder of this window?
Focus is on the 2 games to come, the next 3 weeks. Still watching players, but making sure that the squad that we've got, you know, the likes of Damari and Leon Bailey, that they start playing for their clubs and get fit, so that you know, it's becoming a headache, not just picking the team but picking the squad now, because there is quality from the goalkeeper position all the way, and for a coach like today, you can change and nothing changes, it carries on and sometimes gets better.
Daniel?
Hi Coach, you spoke about the quality of the team, the Jean was initially left out of the 26 after his cameo against Curacao, what you saw today. Obviously, there are no automatic places, but does he become more of one of the first picks when selecting the next squad once he remains healthy?
I think we've followed him up for a year, and we visited Chelsea in the summer, where they give us a real in-depth analysis of where Whisper was, and he was just coming back from injury. They were monitoring him, controlling his minutes. So we followed him, and he was getting 45 minutes, and he was getting 50 minutes, and Chelsea were kind of managing him. And you know, I've for a year now, and I've wanted to pick Whisper in the squad. And when we did at the beginning, he wasn't playing 45 minutes. Happened that weekend he played 90 minutes, but he's been playing under 21 football for Chelsea, and so he still had a lot to do. We got him in, as you say. We threw him on for 30 minutes. You could see the quality he had. The 2 days training we've had with him has just emphasised even more what a player that he can be. There's a long way to go, but I think in the two cameo performances, he's really impressed, looked a threat, and what an addition to the squad. I think he's taken that, might have taken that up a level. As I say, we've worked with him for 2 days. We've seen him in 30 minutes, and there is certainly some talent there.
And finally, Marlon.
Good night, Coach. Just going back to the game, the first 20 minutes, Bermuda were compact and then I had space in behind. Is there any concern still about the build-up play being a little bit too slow to break on a low block?
No. You know, the football is played at sometimes at 10 miles an hour, and then you've got to know the right time to quicken it and go 90 miles an hour, and the patience. I think that was key in Curacao. The first 20 minutes, especially half an hour, we were playing too quick, and we were forcing it and losing the ball, and then we were out of shape, out of our structure. So today was, and Curacao after 30 minutes, when we calmed down and kept the ball, we controlled the game, and we did similar today. So I wasn't concerned about. We were just probing, because as you say, Bermuda were well organised, very compact. There wasn't many spaces, but if you continue to move the ball, spaces arrive, and they did, and we took advantage.
Thank you very much.
So what are your thoughts? I didn't take much notes from the press conference, I gotta admit. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna get myself beaten. I do struggle to be in this space, I'll be honest. I struggle real hard. I get a lot of criticism about thinking that I know everything about everything. Even though I've never espoused that view, but when I listen to some of these conversations, it's hard. It's really, really hard. I don't think you guys understand. It's difficult. Now, I'm trying to be really, really good on this. So I didn't take a lot of notes because at halfway through the press, I started thinking about other things. You can't see a lot after this game, especially what transpired at the Curacao game. We beat Bermuda. They have not won a game in 2 rounds. The closest they've come, I guess, is when they played Curacao and they scored 2. Their best player wasn't on the field tonight. I think he went back to his club. Not sure if he was injured. 4-love win is good. We're top of the zone. But I think we have to understand that both Trinidad and Curaçao are going to play Bermuda in the next round. We don't. Now, we've beaten Trinidad. It wasn't a convincing victory. We've lost to Curaçao. We could have easily drawn that game or won that game. But the difference between us and those two teams is not so significant that we can feel comfortable. By the way, Joe Grind, thanks a lot for the super chat and the birthday present. Bless up, Drew Ross. Thanks for the birthday wishes for everybody, actually. And so you have to take this game with a grain of salt. I see someone in the chat talking about we should get off Cephas back and get off Dixon's back. And we're too critical and we're too this and we're too that. I think what we actually do as fans and as, I'm going to call us media personnel because the JFF don't recognize us accordingly. People who have a perspective on the team and we have mics, is that we are very complimentary and very laudatory and very effusive in our praise when the players do well. We also are very critical when they don't do well, because obviously everybody wants to win. Now we can be passive in either way. We can withdraw praise and just go merry along when they do well, and we can be also silent when they don't do well, right? I don't think you can have it both ways. I think we have to be very careful with this. I don't know any place across the world in sports in general, and especially in an emotive game like football, where people are not extreme on both ends. I remember once with AFTV where you have people like Simon Jordan and Gary Neville, they all hate them because they say they were the ones who were trying to push Wenger out because Arsenal was having really bad, and the Krankies were not investing, having really bad time, and they were deemed to be divisive and horrible and terrible. But I think it's the nature of sport, and especially football, which can be tribal, where you want to win, so you're going to criticize. Now, if we go to the players, and part of what my frustration also is the press conference, and I said that yesterday, I called into one of the radio programs, I think KLSAS, and I said, because whenever we're talking about the team, there are two teams. In fact, there's only one team with about anywhere between 3 and 5 players. The rest of the players don't matter. 99.9% of the question is about the players who were born in Jamaica. Not as much about the defense, but about the offensive players. The rest of the players don't matter. They only matter when we criticize them. You can say what you want to say, Damien. You go listen to that press conference where they're talking about the coach is the one who bring up Palmer a lot. The coaches want to bring up the most important player on the team, who is Russell. Who is Isaac Hayden, who have extolled his virtues. You go listen to the press conferences. You go watch them. The 3 young players from Jungle, Dixon. What do you think about Whisper? Should he be an automatic starter? It used to be about Bailey. Bailey's not here, so we switched the narrative. How much question? The biggest issue for the team was the midfield. How many questions were posed about the midfield? How many things were talked about the midfield in the game today? Right? Which was the biggest issue. Even you think about it, not as much compliment for Shamar, who I thought had a brilliant game and who I thought was, and I've said this before, was a leader in Curacao. And I've watched Shamar. I went to Orlando, watched Shamar 3 years ago. I think it was in COVID. And I thought his behavior was atrocious. When he didn't get a free kick, he was cussing, and Lowe was telling him to go, you know what? And I watched him, and I went to St. Louis and watched them. I went to Texas and watched them live. And after a while, I can see him maturing and growing and developing and evolving. And I was very impressed with it. And I had a conversation with Shamar when I think I was in Dallas, I think it was. We sat down and talked for a while. Talk about other things apart from football. But I thought his behavior against Curacao, because I observed these things, was exemplary. He was telling King when he scored a goal and carrying on, we have some time. Let's go play some football. Stop. Or he's trying to do the press. And I think sometimes, as I've criticized him about his pressing, which is, you got to bring people along. The point I'm trying to make is this. The team is only as strong as its weakest link. And rather, the fans are the weakest link. The fans, we can say the midfield, the fans are the weakest link. And it got to get better. Whether it's those go to the stadium or whether it's the media and the fans, actually. The media is very divisive, including some of us, including sometimes just truly, in terms of how we portray the team, what questions we ask. If you're from the UK, why would you want to come play for Jamaica? Everything's about the people who are born locally, whether it's the media asking question, whether who gets promoted, whether it's who is seen. It's all about who was born in Jamaica. It's a fact. We can defensive all we want about this. And I didn't come here to talk about this today. but it gets annoying. That's why I see the press conference, I'm like, it's a joke. If I was in a press conference and I haven't talked about it, World Traveler, I'll call you back. I'll call you back. If I was in a press conference, you know what that's about? For example, coach, the midfield has been a problem. Did you learn anything about the game tonight to say you're satisfied with as we play as a team or the midfield is to face off against stronger opponents going to the next games? Because that's where this tonight wasn't the game. Trinidad struggled against Trinidad at home. Curaçao beat us. That's the objective going forward. Yes, you win and you want to celebrate, but it ain't about Bermuda. We barely beat Trinidad and we got beaten by Curaçao. Granted, Curaçao was away from home. So are you comfortable now with your team? Are you still searching for a starting lineup? Is this the team you want going forward? Are you satisfied with the midfield and the balance in the midfield that allows you to control the game? Jamaica's most important player by a country mile is Isaac Hayden. By a country mile. It's not even close. How many questions do we get on Isaac Hayden? It's not even close about him controlling the game. We played against Curaçao. If Hayden was there, it's a different game. Frey's all over the place. Frey's losing 10-11 ball. Isaac Hayden, and I've checked his stats almost every game, rarely lose more than 4 balls in a game. Turnovers are important. His position is important. I see him have a ball one time in the game, 2 men around him. He draw it back, got space, create space, and made a simple pass. Doesn't look like a complex play, but that's how you get out of a difficult situation and you move the ball. You move the ball. Okay? That's football. So those people who like to come tell me I don't know about football, football is not complex. The people in football, when you think it's complex, because it makes them look good, because that's their vocation. It ain't that complex. There are much more complex things in life. If you spend time like all of us do watching the sport, listen to all the experts, listen to all the analysis, looking into all the data, looking at all the football managers, some of you play FIFA, whatever it is, after a while, it becomes almost part of you. It's like you're going to school for all your life. At some point, it has to resonate, has to be part of your brain, has to be part of your disposition. So this concept that is so complex and you don't understand it, then it's this and you don't get it because I'm a coach, whatever. Not buying that nonsense. But at the end of the day, this is a team, people. At some point, we have to mature as people when we talk about the team. The media has to mature. They're so immature. It's ridiculous. So immature with their questions and so immature about what questions they ask about what. Think about the team. We're trying to go to the World Cup. It ain't fight. We had 5 locally born players yesterday. Great thing, right? I thought Shamar Nicholson was brilliant yesterday. Simply brilliant. His link-up play was off the chart. The passes he made, the touches were so subtle, it's not obvious. I see Dixon trying to make a couple passes and they overhit. Shamar's touched look at his touch to Dixon to set Dixon up to score. And look at Flick, even the Curaçao game, the pass he made out of a double team where he sat down on the player. His link-up play was brilliant yesterday. And I criticize Shamar a lot. But you watch the football intricately, you think about the football, because when you're playing football on the people and you're playing center forward, which I was privileged to do at one point in time, is legs are all around you, You ain't got time, like in midfield, to go turn and look good, and everything is right there. You got to make quick decisions. But to be so comfortable and so well-positioned and so in a place where you're not rushed when you're making your pass, yeah. When you're not making it, when you're people, I think it's a pressure bust pipe, and so you're playing football and you're under pressure. You look good when you can look. Let me just say another thing, because I hear Neymar running his mouth about certain things. Tell me which game that CFAS has played, which matters for Jamaica, against a very good opponent where he's been brilliant. He was brilliant against last game against Bermuda. He wasn't brilliant against Curaçao. He wasn't brilliant against Trinidad. He wasn't brilliant in the Gold Cup. Better competition. I showed you the second goal that was scored, where the right back was. Unbelievable that right back could allow the player to go inside from so far out, which means he's running on the wrong side. He can't tackle with his left foot, his weak side. The man is inside of him. So therefore, somebody has to come over and help, which can create more room for Jamaica. Poor defending, but he took advantage of it, which is great. CFAS has natural ability, which if it is harnessed and managed really well, could differentiate him. And we all know about his decision making. So when I hear some people come on here and talk and get off of them back, get off of Dixon back, I didn't think Dixon played well yesterday. I've been pushing for Dixon to be in the team. I didn't think Dixon was that great yesterday. Dixon was a hit and miss throughout the entire night. One good play, one bad play, one good play, one play. In difference to Whisper. So let's go to the players. I'm gonna go from the forward line first. When Whisper came on in the Curacao game, he just looked different. To me, he looked like a different player now. It just looked different. The sense of comfort and arrogance on the ball is what you want in your footballer. It's like, you know what? I own the space. When I get the ball, you can't do a damn thing with me. I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it. You can't do nothing with me. The ball is mine. You can't do nothing with me. Damien, you can say whatever you want to say and call people lie all you want. You see go watch the game. In his first 20 minutes, he was turning the ball over rapidly. Go watch the game, people. Don't be parochial. Go watch the game. When Whisper came on, there was a big difference you saw with Whisper. And most of the people on the field, maybe not Shamar, right? Because I think Shamar just had a very, very good game. But Whisper just looked different. Not about his goal and dribble down. Whisper did the same thing against Bermuda people. Dribble from half line. That's Bermuda. You ain't going to dribble half line, go to another team. They're going to chop you down as you beat two people. Nobody allowed to dribble from half line in football. It's rarely happening in football anymore. Somebody got to take a yellow card. That's how big teams play. Nobody going to let you dribble down 5-6 men and go score. That ain't happening. If Hayden was in the park, Hayden would have got a yellow card because he would have tripped him up. But when Whisper comes on, there is a sense of arrogance in his game that I saw against Curacao and manifests itself again. And we'll see how the coach make a decision about what he does with these players as they go forward. Because if you criticize certain players, people in Jamaica want to cuss you. Those players can't do nothing wrong if they're born locally. If they're born overseas, you can criticize them all you want. I don't see anybody losing their minds if you criticize an overseas born player. Getting all to your cuss and tell you about your mother, this and you don't get none of that. If you talk about any overseas born player, even Ravel, nobody now can carry a certain way. They might just say, yeah, I think you're wrong. The level of emotion they show when you criticize a local player is off the chart, and they want to get personal. It's amazing. But no, Dixon has talent. We're not saying that talent, but Dixon also play like, Dixon reminds me of, he's just busy. He needs to be more composed playing football. Everything shouldn't be done at 100 miles an hour. When people in Jamaica talk about a commitment and you work hard, you run hard, sometimes you run foolish. Being quick and fast and doing it doesn't mean that you're playing, you're not managed. Look at Hayden play football. You think Hayden's not contributing on the field? Yeah? You think Hayden's not contributing on the field? He plays measured. He plays measured football. He's always reading the game. He's always thinking the game. He's always thinking, should I go long? Should I go short? Should I play it back to my center half? Should I move it to the right or left? The brain is working, can see it. Right? The brain is working, can see it. So anyway. Maybe Antonio is different, Rob Smith. You're right. Maybe Antonio is different. Now, some people think Antonio shouldn't be the team. So it's mixed for Antonio. But no one can dispute that, by the way. When the man said the 3-man from Jungle starting, as if those players play together all the time, does Whisper, Dixon, and Nicholson play together all the time, people? Am I missing something? Did I miss something? Did I miss something? I missed something. Did they play together before? Maybe I missed it. I haven't seen them play together that much before. Dixon really come off the bench. They don't play for the same local team. So maybe I missed something. But I understand people are very happy about local talent. They do that in the UK too. When they talk about the Rice of the world and Lewis Kellys of the world. And sometimes they do comparison. The comparison not fair. But I do think the question is continuous. It's about CFUS. It's about, look, normally offensive players get more of the credit, right? But there were 5 locally born players on the field and 6 overseas born players on the field. The one thing they have in common, they're all Jamaican citizens, all have Jamaican passport. I would hope that we're maturing as a people to look at them. We can have our affinity for certain players, because we all do in football. But it shouldn't be because holistically, only if you keep hearing about the man who born us, keep about the man that man, because I'm a real Jamaican. That's how I feel a lot of times. Maybe because I'm more sensitive than others, but it's really interesting actually. Now for the coach, I would want to know what the coach took away from these games, these last 2 games. Did he learn anything from Curacao game? Will he do anything different the next time around? Does he? People keep asking. We are into the last round. Does he think he is a settled squad when everybody's fit? Does he know what the team looks like when everybody's fit? Does he have any idea what they're going to look like? Right? Yeah. So you expect Jamaica to win all 6 games. You mentioned the one lost to Curacao. So you really expect win. Well, that's all I will say. Rudolph, I have no idea what you're talking about. Here's my point, Rudolph. There's really 3 teams in the zone. Okay? We have won 1. We have lost 1 to those 3 teams. Bermuda is only about goal difference with Bermuda. They ain't winning no games. They ain't not stop anybody. It'd be a shock if they get a draw or a win. So it's 3 teams. We have lost one of those teams, and we have beaten one of those teams. And as I've said before, the game against Trinidad, we beat Trinidad at home. We lost away from home. So you can say if we come at home with Curacao, we should balance out, right? Curacao has not lost a game in this whole tournament, right? And Trinidad has been unlucky when they play us, and unlucky too because I thought we were a better team against Curacao last night. That's the point I'm making. It has nothing to do with do I expect us to win all 6 games. I've never said that. I've never said this was soup. So that's not about me. All right? It's not about me. I've never wanted to come over here and talk about soup and it's easy and blah, blah, blah. Yes, if you look at the 3 zones, it's by a good margin, the easiest of the 3 zones. By a good margin, people. By a good margin. Like it's almost like the gods were in Jamaica. Look at this. Look at that, people. Look at that. Okay, look at that. We have Suriname, Panama, Guatemala, El Salvador in one group. Panama busts our butts all the time. Guatemala beat us in the Gold Cup. We haven't played Suriname late, but they're the ones leading. And frankly, they could have won last night against Suriname because you know why they're leading? Because their team is a foreign team, just like how Curacao is. And that's another point. I saw all of Curacao turn off at their game, 10,000 people. I don't think not one of their starters was born in Curacao. Is the Curacao people not supporting their team because they're not born in Curacao? It's really amazing how that works. The other 2 zones, Honduras doing better. You know, we're the only ranked team here in terms of the top ranked teams in the region that's heading our zone right now. But we have had the easiest of the schedule. As far as I'm concerned, Jamaica is not leading the zone. No, you mean like Kranky, what the hell are you talking about? As far as I'm concerned, Jamaica is not leading the zone. Here's how I view this. To me, Curacao is leading the zone with 11 points. Because the Bermuda points to me are penciled in. Can we have a miracle at Bermuda? Anything is possible in life. But they're leading with 11 points. So we need to beat them. If we beat them, we're in the World Cup. If we don't beat them, we're challenged. If we beat Curacao, we're in the World Cup. That's how I view it. And I think they have 11 points and we have 9 points. That's how I view this right now. And Trinidad will not be any walkover, people. So we got to think about we got to beat Curacao. Now we're playing at home. So I'll say this to the administrators. Please get that darn field fixed. It's crap. You look at the grass pulling up. I don't know if it's grass or thing they nailed down. That field needs to be fixed in the next month and a half. It doesn't help us. I know the Curacao play a lot and play in Holland, but it doesn't help us. Our players, every player, because all our players who are locally born and overseas born, they play overseas. They don't play in Jamaica anymore. Get them a good surface to play on. That's how they do best. Rob Smith, you always do this. The conversation is relevant because we keep talking about local. We started 8 players. We keep talking about local players 24/7, as if the overseas players do not matter. Rob Smith, people like you always defensive when it comes to talking about local versus overseas. You're always defensive. So all honesty, you, Damien, all on the same thing. Always defensive when people talk about that. We started 8. We don't happily start at 8. I listen to some of the programs in Jamaica. I listen to these press conferences. We don't happily start 8. We're challenged with starting 8. These are facts. Nobody's making up story. And the coach said, I have some of the small things to pick with the coach. Why would you give Burrell a run when you give in Frey a run? Did Frey need to come on the field? Burrell flying 9 hours to come here. Why wouldn't you give him a run? That didn't make any sense to me. Seriously. 4 love you leading. Everybody go leave, feel happy. You fly 9 hours, more than 9 hours. You got to go back to your club and you don't get 2 minutes on the field when other people getting run who didn't play well the last game. And there's no reason to put them on. Not anything against Frey, but those basic little things you got to think about. Right? You should think about when you think about football. Those small little things make a difference in terms of squad cohesion and how players feel. You can get 2 minutes. Yeah, you can give people a run who don't really need to run because they've played almost a whole 60, 70 minutes. It's really interesting. Some of you guys don't like to hear the truth. I can't help you. I'm sorry. But I'm not here to fight. It's my birthday. I'm not fighting on my birthday. I'm not fighting on my birthday, people. I'm gonna leave that alone. But you guys don't want to hear the truth. But the truth is the truth. You really hear any good conversation about any overseas player, period. Kadamarti was beaten before he come. Some people have programs saying if he come. He came. He got a lot of praise. Didn't do well last game. I thought it was a good change. I wasn't crying about the change for Nicholson because Kadamarti wasn't in the game. Whether he got service or not, sometimes it's irrelevant. You got to sometimes put yourself in the mix. When Nicholson came on against Curaçao, he was in the mix. It was the same team. Granted, late in the game. So, yeah. If we beat Trinidad, we're not in the World Cup. Why you guys keep saying that? If we beat Trinidad, we're in the World Cup. Really? How does that work, Fraser? Explain that to me. Please elaborate. You say if we beat Trinidad, we're in the World Cup. Really? How does that work? You sure about that? Are you sure about that, Fraser? No, I wouldn't have to, Rob Smith, because they do it every single press conference. The reason why I bring it up is because they do it I said that on a radio program, when was it? Yesterday? I called in the radio program. I said the same. They were doing the same thing on that radio program, and I called and I mentioned that. Same thing was happening yesterday, and I called to KLAS and mentioned the same thing. Why would I be mentioning all the time unless it was coming up? We just heard it in the press conference, and I called into a program yesterday, and I hear Mavericks program. I don't watch it. I don't listen to it anymore. Because after 5 minutes, I start losing my mind. But it's the same thing, Rob Smith. You guys may not want to hear me talk about it. I'm going to keep talking about it till it gets better. Right? So, yeah. Yes, Chef, but I agree with the concept, which is if we beat Trinidad, we have 12 points. Curaçao win, they have 11. We draw with them, we'll be 13, they're in with 12. So yes, that permutation worked. Nah, it does. Nah, sentiment does. Where is that coming? Sentiment does when you can manage it really well. I agree if you are in certain situation, but it's not like the player can't play, people. Not like the player can't play football, like you're doing him a favor. Who is Jamaica's best winger? I don't know. At this point, so people, I'm not helping me answer that question. I'm plugging my AC because I get hot. People, please answer that question for Damien. I would love to hear that answer for that question. I'm plugging my AC, people. Who is Jamaica's best winger? Can somebody tell me that? Can somebody answer that? Whisper on a blind. Interesting. So if you don't agree with the person, see I'm talking about, people? Somebody say on the blind and everybody give a different answer. So it's a CFAS. It's a whisper on the blind. People, do not use a small sample size to determine whether or not who the best is. Get a larger sample size. Do you have a large enough sample size for whisper to make that decision? Potentially, maybe, but is he there yet? Odell says Bailey. King says Gray. Damien says not Gray no more. Jura says Gray. He's on form for Birmingham. Gray getting more overall. Overall for Jamaica, yes. Jamaica men's team, I should say. Cephas and Whisper. Why am I not surprised, Damien? Pasta, you get me that trouble, pasta. Ergot, same music eye test. Ergot, it could, at this point, I am not gonna. Remember that Cephas drew from half line, just like with Spiner. So, they even say eye test too early. MF, Cephas and Gray. But he said the best winger. He said the best two wingers. People, no, stop being on the fence. Dixon, wow. Gray, not even close. Yes, overall playing for Jamaica. Yes. Well, no, Rob. We can't say that because some persons haven't produced for Jamaica, but they may be better players just haven't played for the national team. So just in terms of the player's ability, just footballing ability, because Cephas hasn't played enough. I mean, Whisper hasn't played enough game for Jamaica to even judge him, to be honest, amongst these players. If just using Jamaica as the basis for the assessment. So it's just basically, if you look at the players, not potential at this point in time, who is the best winger? Somebody said Dixon. Hergat Ben, that's not the point in a Hergat. Yes, he might have something special. We totally agree with that. But the question is, he's the best winger at this point in time. If you're the coach and you had to pick two wingers, okay, let's rephrase that. If you had to pick two wingers to start the game against Trinidad, and all of them are fit and they're playing for their clubs, because that's important, who are the two wingers you'll pick? Give me the combination, people. It's going to be really interesting. I'm going to give my pick at the end, actually. So I want each of you to chat. Each of the 162 of you, or 52 people, please hit the like button. Appreciate it. I want you to drop who you would pick. And by the way, people, if you haven't subscribed to the channel or to the website, to the channels on the website, please do so. If you had to pick two players, two wingers. So wait, hold on. Jack German says Cephas and Whisper. Interesting. Cephas and Whisper. Wow. Damien says Liam Bailey and Cephas. Rich Toy says Graham Whisper. Michael says Graham Bailey. We can't get no sense. I don't wait, people. Let me say this about now. I don't want the coach to pick the side and then not criticize the coach who didn't pick. Because we can't get consensus. So the coach will have consensus. Cephas and Whisper. Gray and Chippy. It's old school. Cephas and Gray. Both of them play on the left side, by the way, Triple E. Gray and Bailey. Cephas is the most impactful currently, even though him or hurt him head. Hey, Bent. So this is not me being. So let me just talk about each of the wingers then, because this is important. Let's talk about each of the wingers. We'll start about the old feet first, and then we talk about the new wingers, right? So we have about 5 or 6 wingers. Let's start off on the left with Gray. Gray has pedigree. He's played in Germany. He's played in the UK. He's played in the EPL. He's played overseas, makes some money in Saudi. He's now at Birmingham. He's playing well this season. He has a very refined game. He can beat a man. He has a really good right foot, cut inside. He can pass really well. He can set up defense. He plays with the head on a swivel. A really complete footballer. But his defensive acumen is not the best, and it's shown in games. He's what we call a lazy player, and that's why Daesh got rid of him and put McNeil in his place, right? But Gray has pedigree. Let's go to Campbell. Campbell plays for Charlton. Not a prolific goal scorer, and Gray can score a goal. Well, he's been prolific for Jamaica, but not prolific overall. I think he has 1 goal for Birmingham this season. Charlton, Campbell, good player. He's been played at a position for Jamaica because he plays on the left side. Works hard, both ends. Not the most skillful, more direct. Good passer, good overall player. Cephas, really, really quick. Can score a goal. Can create assists. Decision making leaves a lot to be desired. Doesn't reactive defensively. Oh my God, I forget to play defense. That's how he plays defense. Doesn't turn up in the big games. So when you play the Curaçao and the Trinidad or bigger team, doesn't turn up. Except when you play friendlies like Unity Cup. And his scoring record for Jamaica tells you that. I think he has now 6 assists in about 24, 25 games. And he has 2 goals. But he should be, in terms of physical attributes about all of them, he should be the most dangerous, but he's most dangerous against opponents who are not the most difficult, frankly. But he has attributes which should differentiate him. But I'm not sure decision-making allows him to differentiate himself amongst all those players. Now, if we go on the right side, where we have Bailey, we have Dixon, we have Cephas. And Bailey probably could play either wing, but he plays right side, more left-footed. Let's start with Bailey. lot of pedigree. Germany, Aston Villa, now Roma. Was brilliant 2 seasons ago in the EPL. Was being considered for all sort of things at that point. Can score with either foot. Has speed. Has trickery. Not very good defensively. Still has not turned up for Jamaica. He has goals and assists for Jamaica. But look at his goal and assist contribution, and compared to Gray, Gray has falling off over the last year or so. It wasn't comparable at one time. He's getting a little bit closer. But he has not produced for Jamaica based on his reputation and based on his pedigree. Right? If you look at Dixon, a lot of enthusiasm. No, by the way, Dixon, effervescent, quick, run all day, enthusiastic, mile a minute person. Somewhat have a very immature game, hit and miss, look great coming in a substitute. Yesterday was an example where it didn't look as great. Has plays and World Cup qualifiers. I think he scored against, was it Dominica? But these are lesser opponents. Doesn't have the pedigree yet because not really doing great in his club situation. Now in League 2, was at League 1, and the team went to Championship. They sent him down to League 2. But he has ability, and he does try to play both ways, help his defense, and go forward. And then we go to Whisper, who is at Chelsea, and who is the youngest of the bunch. What was Whisper, about 19? And who had a long-term injury, was brilliant in schoolboy football, went on trial and did well enough for Newcastle and Chelsea to offer him a contract. Had a really bad injury, where he's out, come back. At Chelsea, when he first went there, looked good. If you listen to the Chelsea analysts, and there was an analysis done by a young kid that talked about Chelsea potential players, he has Whisper in the top 5 of individuals of Chelsea who he think can matriculate to their senior team. I thought it was a bad decision to put him at Chelsea because people get lost at Chelsea. But he's playing with us, and he's come back. He looks strong. He looks fit. He's very, very confident in his ability. And he looks like somebody who plays with the arrogance you want in your winger. He's quick. He's skillful. He's aware. Not the best awareness defensively still, which needs to be improved. But of all of them, seem to have the most potential. So if you look at all of them, they all have strengths and weaknesses. A lot of strengths and weaknesses. Potential-wise, to me, I think Whisper has the most potential of all of them. If I was to pick a team today, I would struggle to pick 2 of the wingers. I would not include Dixon and Campbell. I think they're lower down in terms of how I view them. I wouldn't even put Dixon above Campbell, to be honest. His club doesn't, and I wouldn't. Dixon seemed to give you more of that energy you're looking for. So it's between Gray, Whisper, Bailey, and Cephas. And at this point, it depends on who I'm playing. If I'm playing against the Bermudas, I'm starting Cephas. And I probably start even Whisper. I wouldn't really care. If I'm playing against Curaçao and I'm playing against Trinidad, I may go back to tried and tested with Bailey and Gray. Even if you hear me beat Bailey, because that experience is important. Very, very important. Or I may go Gray and Whisper, frankly. I think the question was asked of the coach. I think he said I punted. I could see a Whisper, Gray forward. I could even see a Cephas. I don't see Cephas, Whisper. That's not going to happen. So probably more Cephas, Bailey, or Gray, Bailey, or Gray. I doubt they'll start Whisper, no matter how good he looks. But I'm glad I'm not the coach, because whatever he does, if it doesn't work, he's going to get beaten next time around. He's going to get beaten, especially how good Whisper look in this game and how good Cephas look. But these are not the games to judge. These are not the games to judge most players. Here's my problem with the game yesterday. We had about 75% possession. When have we ever had? We talk about we can't keep the ball, and we had 70+% possession. That doesn't happen. So it gives you a view about the level of competition. The level of competition does really matter. And some people don't seem to focus on that. The level of competition does matter. And yesterday, it's hard to judge based on the ineptitude of the opposition. They weren't that good, right? We have seen Beatty and Gray play in the Gold Cup, albeit it was probably 2-3 years ago when they played with Antonio, where they're very, very good. Dispose of Trinidad, dispose of all the other teams apart from the top three, right? Apart from the Mexico, US, and Canada, and maybe to a lesser extent Costa Rica and Panama, we weren't even afraid of Costa Rica and Panama when those players were really running hot. And it was the three forward who were playing really well, and the midfield was just supporting cast, right? We don't seem to have that luxury anymore. Time have moved on. They have gotten older. They're more injury prone, so it makes it much more different. Big difference, right? Make it a big difference. So it's an interesting point, but you guys have to also realize that we had no consensus when I asked the question about what two wingers should start. And I'm not sure we're ever objective when it comes to that. Okay, we're totally objective when we go the other way. Sometimes coach want that comfort of maturity in big games, so people have been there, done that. It's a bit different playing junior players in big games. Versus, I heard Damien being upset about the assessment of Dixon. I can tell you, Damien, when I was doing the watch along, people were commenting. Dixon was all over the place. Good play, bad play, good play, bad play, good play, bad play. No, you want consistency. You want 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. You don't want 4 or 5 and struggling. You don't want that. And this is not against a good team either. He's inconsistent against a bad team. I've been a big Dixon promoter, and one of you get more game time given his performances, because when he comes on, he's a bundle of energy. But yesterday against a very bad team, he was a hit and miss. Passes were overhit. You compare that to how Shamar was playing with so much composure and so much assurance, and the deftness of Shamar's touches in more crowded area of the field. I didn't say I leave Campbell out. I say I wouldn't. No, I would leave Campbell out. I would leave Dixon out also. If I'm picking my team, I am having 4 wingers. I'm having Gray, Bailey, Whisper, and Cephas. That's my 4 wingers. Campbell is not in and Dixon is not in. May sound harsh, but that's my 4 wingers. I don't need 5 or 6 wingers. I don't. I have 4 wingers, maybe 2 or 3 center forwards. I hate when we go to all these tournaments and we bring all these 8 and 9 forwards and we bring 4 and 5 midfielders or 3 or 4 midfielders. It's not a good look. And that's where we have more deficiencies. We're just thinking about what combination works. He can get a lot of game time, Rob Smith. And he was better than Cephas against... You guys are partial? He was better than Cephas against Curaçao. That's not debatable. He was better than Cephas. Now, granted, he got more supply against Curaçao, but he was better than Curaçao against... You guys say Cephas walk on water. Was Cephas good against Curaçao? I need to have that, people. Was Cephas good against Curaçao? Because when we play against these inferior teams, anybody can look good, you know. It's just like Casey Palmer, who flatters to deceive sometimes, and who looks great against Cuba, like the world beater. Looked great yesterday, but in some games, we don't see Casey. The first Bermuda game, okay. His stats were better than Cephas against the first Bermuda game, but I think he had, the first Bermuda game, he had 30 touches and 14 of 15 passes. He didn't look dangerous, but it wasn't a bad game. Now, Eagle Republic, I didn't see your question. Still busy talking. Let me go back up and see if I can find it. Dixon not a start as a closer. He started him yesterday, Eagle Republic. I don't know what that means. Didn't he start him yesterday? Huh? Didn't he start him yesterday? That coach says something sometime that make your head scratch you. So he started the closer yesterday. He didn't close yesterday. He took him off. I don't see your question. You gotta put it down, get EPUB, because I don't see it. I do not see it. Oh, no, I didn't see your question, EPUB, and I can't find it. Damien think so. People, did Dixon play well yesterday? How you rate Dixon yesterday? Because Damien didn't think I'm not being fair to the player. I sound very negative today. I don't even know what that means. I'm giving you a reality check. It's not negative. You guys want people to be on a pedestal. We beat Bermuda 4-0, 2 games in a row, and we barely can score a goal, and we barely play well against the better teams. But you have to sometimes come back to reality. It's not being negative. It's facts. Everybody looked good yesterday. We keep talking about Dixon and Cephas and Whisper. Who looked bad yesterday? What do you guys think about that? Who looked bad yesterday? Did King look bad? Did Pinnock look bad? Did Lamakisa look bad? Did Greg Lee look bad? Did Bobby Reed look bad? Did Palmer look bad? How did the general look, or the conductor, as they call him, look? He said Russell look. I'm talking about starters. We can go to the bench. None of the bench looked really great because people come onto the field, and when they come onto the field, the game was over. Right? And I've been the one who says Russell should not be in the starting team. I've been preaching that forever. I've been scratching my head as the coach make decision about Russell being in the team. I've been saying that since day one. So Russell looking bad or Russell not playing well or Russell in the team to me is puzzling because he shouldn't be close. I'm the one who said yesterday Russell's best position is right beside the coach on the bench. That's Russell's best position. And it's not to badmouth the player. That's a fact. Doesn't do enough for me. Oh, I forgot Jamaica Vibes that called me now. Good evening.
Good evening, Kranky.
Yes. Who am I speaking to?
MF.
Go ahead, MF. You have to laugh. Go on. Go on.
I didn't catch your show from the start because it sounded like you I don't know what you started with, what your preamble was. But
my preamble was I showed a bit of video about the goals that were scored, the crowd in the stands, and the press conference, this coach press conference. And I expressed my dismay of some of the questions that were asked because I don't think the question should be preparation for the next step given what transpired. Did you learn anything from this game, coach? Have you settled your situation with midfield, which has been a challenge? The question should be addressing the game that was played in addition to thinking about going forward. We're going to have a more difficult campaign in the next window. But go ahead.
Okay. Without having the benefit of having heard everything that was said, I'm a little concerned, not necessarily with you, but with the mindset that a lot of the fans have, in that when we win, there's still this level of negativity, and I know you don't like that word necessarily, but that's basically what it is, right? Like I said to you last time we spoke, that I think there's a difference between constructive criticism and us kind of denigrating certain players. What I noticed too is that when some people want to get their favorite player in, or they don't see their favorite player, and then they start tearing down others who are currently in the team, and I think it's counterproductive.
So give me an example. Give me an example.
Okay, let me think here. Okay, like how Dixon has been doing well, moderately well. Not good enough on the right.
No, he's been doing well when he comes. No, he's been doing well when he comes in the game. Let's be fair. He's doing well when he comes in the game.
No. I like Dixon, so don't get me wrong.
No, but I'm saying he does well when he comes in the game as a substitute. He does well. I don't think that's debatable. He does well as a substitute. He does well.
Yeah, but he does have some shortcomings as
well. Yes.
There is an inability to control the exuberance. He has the fight that I want to see in all the players.
Right.
But sometimes it's like, I'll use this analogy. When you're young and you run up on a girl and
don't use the girl thing. Don't cataract. Don't use the girl thing. Say you know what? When you're young and you're enthusiastic, you have enough energy, and you just run because you have the energy, right?
You want to blow over everything.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And sometimes you blow past where you're supposed to be.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
So that's the knock I have on him, and it's not a negative thing. It's the truth.
It's the truth.
He needs to harness that.
Yes, I agree with that.
And once he harnesses that, I think he's going to be. And if he bulks up a little bit, I think he's a little too frail.
But I'm gonna stop you there, though. That's not the only thing, though. That's not the only thing.
Okay.
So let me explain why. His passes yesterday were all over the place.
Yes, not all of them, but yeah, a lot of them left much.
Some were good. The ones close were good. The ones we have to make a pass would need some subtleness to it, some deftness to it. They don't get to their destination. which he has to work on.
You see the intent. And that is something that is kind of I know you laugh, but that's something that's
but laugh because work hard. Don't mean that you have to work smart. But go on, do your thing.
Yeah. No, but here I'm gonna say to you. These are some of the things we complain about: lack of creativity, lack of vision.
Yeah.
I complain about lack of fight, lack of creativity, lack of vision. I could also complain about lack of shooting on goal. These keepers, 9 times out of 10 we play against them, they leave the game looking like they went to the office, like they were doing your job, right?
Yeah.
I expect that we bomb them into submission. We when you saw Anglin take that shot from way out there, they made that keeper to full stretch and dirty up in close and probably hurt his hip. That's what we need to be doing. Whisper is one of those people who is always looking to test a keeper.
Yes,
Cadamarteri looks like he has that in him as well. He's just not getting the necessary service, right?
Yeah. But one thing. But he also has to create the situation where you get the service. Because here's why I say this: you watch a game where a player's on the field for 70 minutes get no service, and somebody come up for 20 minutes and get service, and you wonder why. No, it could be facts and circumstances, but you wonder why, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw me off my train of thought.
All right, sorry, I apologize. Go on, shut up. Go on.
Okay, so here's the thing. I hear a bunch of people crying and complaining about, we played a bug team. It doesn't matter. I've seen us play down to the level of certain teams before. Yesterday we showed a little more fight, a little more tenacity. I saw us moving the ball a little bit better. It wasn't perfect. More movement off the ball, and like you alluded to, or you pointed out, those passes that Kahim tried to make, but he didn't effectuate them properly. Some of them, right? But we saw. I heard somebody say they didn't see an improvement. That is a ridiculous statement compared to the game we played in Curacao yesterday. And you know the thing, Kranky? We talk about Curacao. I didn't see Curacao do anything special when we played them. I don't think they were this boogeyman to us when I watched that game. They were slipping on that pitch a little bit as well, even though it's their pitch. And we were slipping a lot, which was not good, but it is what it is. So we had a bad game. It was a poor game. Cephas didn't play well. A number of the players didn't play well. We can all admit that. But it's not as if Curacao played us off the park. To me, we beat ourselves in that game because we had opportunities to beat them. The one that was couple guys had chances to score and kind of whiff the ball a little bit, right? So it's not like Curacao played us off the park and we were so terrible. The thing that I heard yesterday before the game, Fitzroy Simpson was on Ryan's channel. He is a former reggae boy, and when I listened to that guy speaking, I wanted to go suit up and go play. This is what we need. The type of attitude that he exuded yesterday made me sit here and want to go out and go play ball, bro. So I wonder if these guys are brought in to address the team. I think it would be a good idea to bring them in all before a game, bring them in the locker room and just rah and hype up the guys to get them to understand. And I know you're going to say they should already understand this, but sometimes encouragement sweetens labor, and sometimes this is why you have motivational speakers. Sometimes you need that little somebody who's been there to really kind of give you that push. Maybe the coach now get through to you because he's never done it or whatever. Sometimes you need a different voice in there to kind of put that fire in you, man. I'm telling you, they should bring this guy in to have him speak to them guys. You see, before Trinidad game, this is the speech them man they need for here for no say a war them ago.
But MF. So can I speak now? Because I don't want to interrupt you. So here's what I find interesting, and I hear on LSM program, and people know I call it LSM, that says all the time about attitude and commitment and fight, right? But if I look at players and their effectiveness on the field and their disposition on the field and the demeanor, if you go to the 98 team, Fitzroy Sims was the most skillful player. His biggest attribute was his physicality, and he ran all day. Dean Burton was the most skillful player. His best attribute was put the ball in the goal. Theodore Whitmore was the most skillful player. I didn't see Theodore running through no wall. I think Theodore is playing as a skillful player because he knows he has the ability and he ain't going to run, kick down our door. He's going to try to control things, right? Beat a man here, make a good subtle pass. So I think it depends on the player and who they are and their ability that defines how they come across on the field a lot of times. Most skillful players in football ain't running, kicking on a door and put on a... They're not doing that. They're going to play to their strengths, right? So I don't disagree that you need motivation and that fire, especially in the more difficult games, but we have to be very careful. That will never be Isaac Hayden. And here's why people don't bring out a lot of times. Some people have brought it out. But the most important thing that people are missing from yesterday was, and the Curaçao game was, against Curaçao, the midfield was atrocious. And a lot of the key passes came from King coming from deep. It wasn't from Frey. It wasn't from Bobby Reed. It definitely wasn't from Russell. We had Palmer.
Okay, he was Frey. Frey never come on until late.
No. Frey played against Curaçao. He started.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about Curaçao. I'm saying against Curaçao, the midfield was atrocious. And what happened in that game was they controlled the first part of the game. The midfield wasn't there. By the time we got into the game, it was late. And King was the one going forward, missing headers and making key passes. It wasn't the midfield. Where were they? Apart from Russell missing that ball on the 7-yard line. But in this game, we had one very good midfielder and one up and down midfielder. Palmer up and down. Hayden is the conductor. He's the one conducting things from behind. And we'll see in the more difficult games how that goes, because when you have a better midfield, everything flows better. Now, I'm not sure Bermuda is the barometer to assess that, but it flows better.
But I think it is, and not necessarily because of the quality of the opponent, but again, intentionality and a particular attitude, despite who you're playing, is important. So if you're going to slack off just because you're playing where you consider to be a rocks, then you might carry that attitude into another game. And since we this has been our hue and cry that and don't you think that let's say the aggressive player, because a lot of times we talk about want to get rid of Damien Lowe because he's too aggressive. Don't you think it's complementary? I'm not saying that everybody is going to be this ankle biter, boss lace, as they say, player, but you have to think that we need some of those type of players to set a tone, and then the smooth guys now going to round out the thing. It's complementary, it's a team. And I think we kind of look at this thing. We always talk about the star ballers and this, that, and the next thing. Star ballers, if you put somebody, I heard somebody make a ludicrous comment the other day, say, if you put Messi in a team or whatever, him alone can win. No one player can do it. It's a team effort. And so if we get all of these guys singing from the same hymn sheet and moving in the right direction, we can accomplish some things, Kranky, because believe me, I've said this a long time. I've been saying this for a long time, that we have the talent and the ability to not just go show up at that World Cup just to say, oh, we're there, we're bridesmaids. Listen, man, I'm talking about going there to do some business. Right? But if we don't have that mindset, what we are go for? Why are we going?
Yeah, well, I think I'm only focused on trying to get there the next 2 games of the course. I mean, I'm not thinking that far ahead, too seriously. But I want is, the most important thing for me in the next window is availability. Is everyone available so the coach can pick his best squad, including any naturalized players who may come in, even though at this point, I don't know if anybody is coming in. But at a minimum, the players who are injured and the players who have not been playing any football will have to get in the game at Coventry because they're now top of the championship and Lampard may not play him, right? Will Pinnock get in the game at Brentford? Now he's on the bench. Will Lowe get in the game at Houston? Now he's on the bench. That's the problem we have. Will Russell get continuous game at Bristol City where he is? Because they're not playing. Will Bobby Reed get play at Leicester? Part of it is the continuity of playing that allows players to have that, feel for the game and not just practice, because practice is not doing it. Right?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand. Okay. As relates to fitness, right? Because I think when I observe the games, it seems that we have a fitness issue. I mean, I see guys huffing and puffing early, right? So okay, they're all professionals, and even if you're not getting game time, I can understand match rustiness, but I find it hard to believe that you're in a professional environment and you're not being trained to keep your to keep your fitness up? You're not training the rest of the team? Is only game playing make you get fit?
It's a great question. I don't know what the answer is because we can't make the excuse like, well, they're from Jamaica, they don't get fit because all them playing overseas. Ain't none of them playing in Jamaica, apart from one abroad, probably. They all play overseas, and as you said, you wonder sometimes they don't. Well, we gotta be careful with the word fit, but they don't look like they can play entire 90 minutes and not bend over.
Cardiovascularly fit.
Yes,
when man look like them boss. I don't understand it.
And when you boss, it may not show up really, but it shows up on defense because you can't get back, right? Especially your wingers. Yeah, I don't know what it is actually.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I think match. Look, if you're not playing, look, think about it. When you're in training, you can slack off now. When you're in game, it's much obvious, right? When you're in training, you can always slack off. You can't come up with that sort of excuse. Your knee hurt, you go down and pretend like you're hurt. Whatever it is, you can come in training, not being fit. You can't do that in matches. You can't do it in matches. So anyway, call him. MF, never take out the call there.
Wait, no, that's me. One more. More find out. You said something about CFAS.
What about CFAS?
No, yeah. What is? You know what, me say? Let me tell you. No, in fact, let me say never hear from the beginning. What was your assessment of CFAS yesterday, barring when he developed ADHD down in the late part?
He had a brilliant first half. He does against smaller teams. I keep saying that to people. They beat me.
So you think it's a small team thing?
So tell me which big team he played brilliant against in a competitive in a competitive game. Not some in a friendly. Go ahead.
No, man. You know the first time I saw him play?
Yeah.
Nations League in Dallas.
Against the US?
Yes.
But he missed the sitter?
No, we know he missed the sitter. No, seriously.
Go ahead. Yeah, no, he looked dangerous that game. No, it's fair point. It's a fair point.
Telling you.
I was there also.
Time I saw that dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, we have something here.
But he was playing a lot of center forward in that game, though. He wasn't playing wing as much. Remember we're playing like a 8-1-1.
Yeah. No, but you know what? I saw that dude turn. You see, they act like he's stupid. Kranky. I watched this guy play. You know, a lot of people we these guys berate, and I go back and I watch. They act like he's stupid, like he has no other redeeming value but the speed. Frankly, if you watch this kid play, right, you see there's something there. It's just because he's a late bloomer, and I think, you know, when you get up to this level, I don't know, the development. He needs to pay somebody when he's not with the club. He needs to pay someone to go with him and work on his deficiencies. Because I'm telling you, if this guy gets it all together, bro.
The big question. So let me say this about CFAS before you go, MF. A couple of things, people. Yeah. The reason why CFAS get so much cussing, because people see the potential. Ain't nobody spend no time. We don't cuss certain players because we know they're limited. You think about that. No, it's a fact. We're gonna cuss Frey 24/7. We're gonna say Frey. He do what he does. It's a normal football. He play regular football. He ain't got no exceptional quality. He's gonna be a good team player. If you have some, like Theo Walker used to get cursed at Arsenal because he's that quick and he was a brilliant goal scorer, but people question his footballing knowledge because how he makes decisions, right? When you have exceptional ability, certain attributes that are exceptional, people are gonna cuss you because they're saying, why can't you put it together? If CFAS was a regular ordinary player, we wouldn't be killing ourselves and whatever.
You ever watch him control the ball? People talk like this boy now. No, you ever see when
No, he does control well. He does control well.
Oh, okay.
He does control well. But
okay.
Wait, MF, hold up, MF. Yesterday, right? First half, boom, beat man cross. Second half, MF what happened?
Second half, the ADHD kicked in.
Okay.
Yeah. But he was trying to look. But here's what happened. So his teammates now need to get in there and refocus him and say, hey, bro, this is what, you would have had 3 assists right there, right? That goal, the one that he skied, if he had made that pass, it probably would have been another goal. I get it. But that's where his teammates need to come in and encourage him and bring him back to where he needs to be effective for the team. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've said this,
stupid.
I've said, because you make a good point about somebody to work with him. I've said you create scenario analysis, right? You reconstruct a game and you put him in situation and you repeat it till actually it becomes muscle memory. It becomes normalized. Unless you do that, Because you go back to your old habits, you know, what you did in second half yesterday now. You have to keep recreating those situations with the player because he's gonna get by his man now. And he's learning more to sort of set his man up. Yesterday, the guy that made a really bad move go inside.
Yes.
Right? He's gonna set his man up. So he's learning more and more.
Where you saw the stop and start one where he didn't just blow by the guy, he froze him and then he took him.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this guy's not dumb, man. They talk like this guy's dumb. He's not dumb.
I don't think he's dumb, but he makes bad decisions. There's a difference.
we all do it. So.
No. Continually make bad decisions. There's a difference. But thanks to the call, sir. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Listen. All right.
Good call, MF. Let me call back this person just call me. You know, so I get cuss out from Jamaica Vibes, you know. Lord. Let me just find these people. Give me a sec. Where is it? Why can't I find it? The call just came in. I can't find it. Give me 1 sec, people. Let me call back people. CC call. Hey, T-Got, you should call back T-Got. CC, go ahead, CC.
Yeah, man. I don't know what call like that so earlier, man. See if I was a dumb player, man.
Don't use the word dumb with nobody. Don't use the word dumb with nobody. I mean, not be nobody dumb. But just because some people haven't educated themselves, they're not dumb enough.
Let me put it in a better terms. When it comes down to football, see if us lacks
he makes bad decisions a lot of times.
He makes a lot of poor decisions in terms of football. So football we attack, football we discuss.
Yeah, but not say dumb. Not call him dumb. If you call anybody dumb, it sounds horrible.
All right, but in terms of football, still he operates sometimes as if he doesn't realize that his greatest attribute is being minimized when he does some of those things that he's doing.
Yeah.
Like his greatest attribute is his speed, right? The pace that he has. Pace, I've told somebody, you can't teach speed. What you can teach is efficiency in terms of how you efficiently distribute the speed. For example, people who run 100 meter, 200 meter, those things. But the speed itself is not something that is taught. So Cephas has something that is innate to him, which is speed. I mean, not a lot of wingers right now, I think, in the game are as fast as him. Because I think I watch Anthony Gordon, those guys. I think Vinicius have a little pace on him too. Those are the guys you would think. And I think who else man know like right now? I don't think there's not a lot of wingers right now, I think, have the pace that Cephas possesses. But in terms of having pace, what type of winger is he trying to be? Is he trying to be the winger who gets inside, drops his shoulder, beats his guy, take a shot, like Mohamed Salah? Because Mohamed Salah doesn't cross the ball enough.
Right.
Mohamed
Salah is very, very selfish.
Yeah, Salah does not cross the ball. But guess what? Salah has the technical attributes to not be able to people cuss him about it because he might go deep inside, cut across, shoot. He's going to score goals. So if Cephas is doing what he's doing, beating his man and hitting the target more often than not and being prolific, I don't think people is going to cuss him. But what he's prolific at is when he's crossing the ball, when he beats his guy and places and deliver a cross in the box. More often than not, that cross leads to an opportunity that leads to a goal. Because in the Nigeria game, he did it. We scored 2 goals, right?
Yeah.
In the USA game, I think is the penalty? I think he was the one who won the penalty, right? I'm Kranky.
He won a penalty. I don't remember. Yeah, I think so, actually.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think even in the USA game, he made a couple crosses that was dangerous. I'm not sure if it is one of
actually, the best chance he had to put some of that to rest was against the US in Dallas when he ran past the defender and had one-on-one with Matt Turner and he missed it. That would have sealed the game. Jamaica would have been in the final.
So that's why I'm saying to you that when you look at his game, I'm looking at it and saying, Cephas, I understand that you want to score goals because the modern winger these days are trying to score a lot of goals.
Yeah.
But when I look at the attribute that you have, your attribute makes you to be an old-fashioned winger. Not necessarily a player that plays in the half space, but the old-fashioned traditional winger who was able to deliver pinpoint crosses into the box. Like, I think that is his style of play. But I don't know if he thinks the guy who scores the most goal is the guy who signs the biggest checks. I mean, I guess that's the mindset. And in order to do that, then you have to come to the national team and prove that you can score goal at this level. So I think that is one of the things, Kranky, that is holding him back, because it's the type of player that he wants to be. If he would focus on being insane, not saying that he should not work on taking on players and trying to be the Iron Robin or the Mohamed Salah or the Eden Hazard and those guys, But in terms of going down the flank, putting that ball in the back of the next, but putting that ball in the box and trying to create opportunities from the wing play, I think that in and of itself, he would be exceptional at. He would possibly find himself in a top 5 league if he was doing that and doing it repeatedly, because a lot of these clubs, if they have a player that can give them certain attributes, Kranky, they're going to sign that player. If he has the ability to replicate, triplicate, and do it, beat man and create opportunities. I think people say this a lot of the times. Ball, when you go down the byline and you cut the ball back across and put it on top. Those are the goals that score majority of the time, because once it is in the box, get to the byline, cut it back on top of the 18-yard box, and a person is driving inside of the box. A lot of the goals in football now are scored from those type of play, and I think that is where he must probably focus on looking at. Dixon, I mean, for the first 15 minutes or so, we were both watching the game, Kranky. It was.
Yes, you were at the channel. I forgot you were at the channel yesterday. Yes, you were.
Yeah, it wasn't looking very good. It kind of felt a bit. Oh, that's no.
He was rushed.
Yeah,
he was rushed yesterday. Rushed.
Yeah, it was a bit rushed.
I think I called him hit and miss yesterday. One good, one bad. One good, one bad. It's like your head is spinning. You're going from side to side. Yeah, he was rushed yesterday. He needs to slow down. Bless up, Jason Guna.
Yeah. So I think he needs to slow down, get a little bit more composure, and stop rushing the game. Because even his technical skill, you can see. Like, I remember the ball that he got in the middle of the park, Kranky, when he collected it, turned the midfielder and left him for dead in Jamaica's half. Pass it to Bobby Reid. Bobby Reid pass it to Casey Palmer. Casey Palmer pass it back to Shamar, and Shamar pass it to him. And then he beat the defender, and he was trying to go back. Because, normally, because he's coming from, I think, when he collected the ball, he was coming from the left, going back to his right. So he was taking the shot to put it back to the left, to beat the keeper at the far post, instead of going for the near post. And the keeper stopped it with his foot. That passage of play was brilliant, because it started from him collecting the ball in the half, turning the midfielder, and running, making that run to find himself in the box. And then the sequence of play, passing it back, as I said, to Bobby Reid. Bobby Reid passed it to Casey Palmer. He come back. So I think even the one that he got and he came inside, I think it was a defender that he turned. So those turns that he's making, he has some deceptive turns that when he controls the ball, he can take you out of the game completely. And I think he did some of those in the game yesterday. But in terms of like his composure and his shot selection, he might need to work on that. And I think when I look at muscle, like, it doesn't look like he have a lot of muscle, like, to drive that ball out. I think he took a shot, but it was hard and low on the ground, which is fine, because those type of shots can be keeper. But in terms of driving that ball in any one of the top corners,
he took a left foot shot yesterday. We're still looking for the ball. He did take a left foot shot. Look, I think Dixon has ability, and over time he'll get better as he gets stronger and more physical and work on his game. But I think he has to slow down a little bit, because everybody take that speed that he's playing with to show commitment and drive. You have to play with composure, and you have to let the game come to you sometimes. You can't just run and doing 101 things. It's good in some respects in terms of defensively.
Yeah, because at one point in time I saw when he ran Kranky, and I think a ball was being passed, and he basically he was running, leave it, and then he had to come back. So I'm like, Dixon, you're rushing the game, because you have to allow the game to come to you as well. Because eventually the game came to him. So the game came to him eventually. That means you did not have to rush it. In the first 5 minutes, as a starting player, I don't think you need to do a lot of that. In terms of remember when he started in the Unity Cup, he wasn't rushing the game like this. But I think it's a World Cup qualifying, you're looking at it and saying that, oh, I get an opportunity to start. Can I impress the coach, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes back in terms of.
Did he do enough to start the next game?
No, I don't think he did enough to start the next game.
Did Whisper do enough to start the next game?
It's difficult in terms of Whisper doing enough to start next game because I didn't think Campbell did enough to be dropped. Did not do enough to be dropped. Because I think
I don't think a lot of people like Campbell's game, and I get the sense that most people just think Campbell is average, and therefore that's why this got the start actually. But Campbell was better than Cephas against Curaçao, to be honest.
Yeah, but I think Campbell ended up finding himself in the same problem with that Cephas had, which is not jogging back the ball on top of the box. I heard somebody say that I think a presser say when him the Cephas only cross ball one time, him have a Jamaican forward a play. Oh, not Jamaican, a yard man a play up front.
Well, the first one is for Nicholson. You know, he took about 2 or 3 touches from the middle of the opponent's half to get almost to the box, and his head was up after he got by the player. Cephas' head is really ever up when he gets by a player initially. When he played against Curaçao in Curacao, he beat the man in the box. The man fell down. He touched the ball 3 times before he looked at that, and he then backheeled to the keeper. Yeah.
Like some people say, I said this before I go. Some people say, if a muscle kick ball or anything. But I'm wondering if these people understand that when the players go to the gym, that they're going to the gym to build their calves and those things. Like, did they ever see Roberto Carlos calves? Why do you think Roberto Carlos kicks the ball like that? Like even with Jack, where they got the name? Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish calves are like some people's probably to some people's foot.
Well, weight training wasn't a big part of football historically, but it is now because you realize that you gotta. It's a physical game.
It's a physical game. You have to put on muscle to be sturdy. I don't think that. Like I know he can strike the ball, but he needs a little bit more. I mean, he needs a little bit more power in his shot, and I think it lacked a bit of that yesterday. But in terms of Bermuda will play, and I don't want to necessarily go overboard in terms of the game against Bermuda, but I think going into the last set of fixtures though, Kranky, when I look at the likes of Leon Bailey coming back and I look at Demarai Gray coming back, I'm thinking about how does the team set up with Bailey and Gray coming back in? Because
we have a problem. So here's what the problem is, CC, and the coach can't win on this one. And I don't feel sorry for the coach. So if the coach comes in and play Bailey and Gray and we lose, everybody's going to kill him, that he bring them back in, they're not adding any value, blah, blah, blah. If he doesn't play them and we lose, everybody's going to say you leave your best and your most mature players with pedigree on the bench. It's a no-win situation. No win. Trust me. Especially coming off this game where we won 4-0 and Cephas have 2 assists and Whisper like a world beater. He's in a no. It's a no win.
But look at it like this. A lot of people talking about, the coach did the right thing, started in X. But like y'all didn't remember that the coach didn't have Aiden and he didn't have Palmer, who was great in this game, but he didn't have them in the game before. So as you rightfully said, the coach cannot win because we had enough opportunities, Kranky. And it's ridiculous for me when people look at the Curaçao game and say Curaçao walked over Jamaica. There was enough opportunities in that game for Curaçao to lose the game. That's why I knew when Curaçao was going to play Trinidad, I'm like, Curaçao playing Trinidad, I've seen Curaçao being better than this. The version of Curaçao that I've seen in this qualifier is not the version of Curaçao that I expected, Kranky. I thought they were a much better team before this run of qualification. So in the game that we played, and we never played our best game, and we had about 5 or 6 opportunities that we should have found the back of the net in that Curaçao game.
Yeah, we did get about 5-6 chances, at least 5 clear-cut chances in that game.
At least 5 clear.
But the problem with those chances, they weren't created by the midfield.
Which is fine. I understand.
But the point I'm trying to make is that when you have a Hayden and a Palmer in the field or the team, and you look at Palmer's link up with Nicholson to get the ball to Dixon to try to shoot, he does add a little bit of offensive punch to the team. Obviously, Russ is supposed to be that player, but Russ has not been that player for a while.
Yeah. But as I said, all in all, I think we should go into the last round of fixtures with a decent squad and fix things, because people might think, like I know a lot of people not banking on Jamaica going to the World Cup, but enough people are going upset because Jamaica is going to qualify for the World Cup. But big up yourself, Kranky. Look,
yeah, man. Thanks for the call. Let me try a call back. Call. Jamaica, CC confident. Jamaica going to the World Cup, right? Oh damn! I missed the call. Langsley Baker, I got to call you back, Langsley. You have to call back two people first. You have to call back T. Get him. You have to call back World Traveler. So I have to call you back, Langsley. Come and I'll call him back. Langsley, I'll call you back. Let me call back World Traveler first. Come on, he's gonna cost me. Same call me when I call him back. Oh Lord, T got a call. Yeah, T got. Go ahead. And that World Traveler drop out. I'm good. How you doing?
Thank you. What's going on? Hearing me?
I'm hearing you. Yes.
Yes. Good day to you, sir. Good day. Good day. Good day. Good afternoon.
Let me turn you down. So deaf the people. Go ahead.
Not talk loud. Not talk loud. Not talk loud.
No. You talk loud. Just know you talk loud. Go on.
All right. Good. All right. First thing first. I was calling. First time I was calling when it's made their remarks that when somebody type in the comment section about Jamaica, if Jamaica beat Trinidad,
right?
If them reach the World Cup, yes, they can reach the World Cup if Jamaica beat Trinidad.
Yeah, if Bahamas beat something, but that ain't happening.
Hold on, no. That falls if Curacao beat, if Bermuda
beat. Yeah, but I'm just saying he was saying they will get to the World Cup. There's a difference between they can get to and they will get to.
Right, so that's the only mathematics.
Yes.
If we beat Trinidad and say Bermuda do something wonderful, you understand, and beating Curacao, you understand, then we qualified there. And then. So that's
actually if they draw with Bermuda and we beat Trinidad, you then have what? Goal difference? I don't think it's head to head.
Yeah, it's gonna go on goal difference.
They probably would still lose.
They're coming us not, but if they're coming us to what? If they beat us, they will be on
No, there's a 5-goal difference right now between the two teams.
Right.
So if they draw with Bermuda, which is highly unlikely, they have 9 points. And we beat Trinidad, we have 12 points.
We have 12 points,
And more than likely they draw, we're gonna have additional goal difference at it, which is gonna be about 6 at a minimum. So yeah.
Right.
But a lot of ifs. Yeah,
a lot of ifs. But all we have to do is just win our next two. I'll draw and a win. A draw and a win put us to the World Cup. Understand? One draw, one win put us to the World Cup.
And man said Bermuda beating Curacao is like Trump being humble. That means Bermuda can't beat Curacao. There's no way in hell. That's a great point. Even though Bermuda did score 2 in Curacao, but I don't think it's gonna happen this time. Bermuda's gotten worse. Yeah. They've gotten worse.
Yeah, but they got worse. And the Jamaica hit the Mars out of them last night. They can see the dejections on their faces yesterday. Like, what the hell is happening? You understand?
Somebody asked when does Greek? Somebody asked, where will Dixon be if Greenwood join? Greenwood join what? We have military. What join the army? Go ahead.
Back to the game. My surprise onto that game was Whisper. I don't know, but I see Whisper. If Whisper continues its trajectory, I see Whisper as one of the best ballers Jamaica is going to produce. It's going to be like that Spain baller, Barcelona baller, Lamar. Whisper he's playing so smooth, picking his pass, know when to burst, know when to do all the little stuff that they wouldn't do it on the field. That what I know Sifa them say Sifa's play good. Whisper do 100 things better than what Sifa never do on the field. You understand? His passing them were so accurate. You understand? I get which player the man I try to pick out. And I like what them not doing in the first half, a kick and run. Because for the first 20 minutes of the game is like a kick and run business. They might kick the ball and everybody run it down.
Yeah.
But when Whisper come on, you see Whisper was different. And I'm like, wow, this guy really learning some stuff at Chelsea. You understand? His IQ is much more different. His IQ different.
Is he any different when he playing schoolboy football? The same thing he was doing? Dip right and go left and him gone?
Yeah, but he's doing it. All right. He's playing the same way like he's playing, but his IQ is much more better. You understand?
Okay.
Because I see when he was about to burst on the wing and do somebody down the center. I'm not going to so. I'm just stop the ball. I'm just stop the ball. I'm just look for a pass.
No, he looked good in both games actually. He looked good in both games.
Yeah, him really look good. Whisper really look good. That was my really main surprise. And I'm just happy that Jamaica get themselves back. You understand? I was sending people them go market and start buy the soup products. You understand? The yam and the potato and the cow skin and everything. So the soup gone back on the fire. You understand?
Yeah.
So let's see what's going to happen at the balance in the November window.
Yeah. No, look, at the end of the day, if we beat Curacao, we win the World Cup. That's what people got to focus on. If we beat Curacao, we win the World Cup.
That's it. That is the last match. Curacao is the last match, you know.
Yeah, but I'm saying we're playing at home, people. If we can't beat Curacao at home, then we got to be hard. That's what we see today.
Man, we're going to be Curacao, Kranky. We're going to be Curacao because that is like the match.
Our beating Curacao depending on whether or not Hayden is fit. I'm telling you, Hayden is the key to the Jamaica team.
Yes, man. He is. Hayden is the key. Hayden is the key for that Jamaican team. Hayden is the key. Hayden is the key. Hayden is the missing link. You understand?
Yeah, we're all over the place in the midfield against Curacao, all over the place in the midfield.
Break up a lot of play. We just need him to be fit. You understand? Even if we have 1 foot, we need him put him 1 foot against Trinidad and Curaçao. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I do think we're in a better place than we were the day before yesterday. We're in a better place.
Yeah.
Because the Curacao Trinidad game was the most important thing that happened yesterday. It wasn't Jamaica beating Bermuda. Icing on the cake, but Trinidad drawing with Curacao was everything. If Curacao won that game, people, they have what? 10 points?
Yeah, they would have. Yeah, it would have been 9-10.
They have 10 points. They get 3 points from something. They get 3 points from Bermuda. Make it 13 points.
That must win. Yep, we'd have to win. Yeah, it'd have to win.
Well, we'd have to get something from the Trinidad game. Not only have to win, we get something from the Trinidad game.
No, we have to win Trinidad. We have to win Trinidad.
No, we didn't have to win Trinidad, but we have to get something from the game. So if we had, it could have been 13-13, and then the question is,
and then going to go different.
Yes.
But we don't know how much. We don't know how much I'm gonna get. We don't know how much I'm gonna give Bermuda.
That is true.
So I'm not leaving up that chance.
Yeah, I mean, that draw then give us a chance. We could even lose Trinidad game and still get to the World Cup. That's the big deal, right?
Yep.
And Curacao game, if everybody come to the stadium, 30-something people, 1,000 people, we have a full team. Hopefully people are fit and available.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And I like the last part when you and CC were talking that the coach are in a problem. Because with a fit Bailey coming in and a fit Damaya Gray coming in, what do you do? You understand? And people are gonna say no, yes, but it's a long time to start them people. Start the Unity Cup players them. Start these players them. You understand? Yeah. What do you do? Bailey coming on next week and go score because I think Bailey playing Sunday, score 2 goals against Roman. Damaya Gray still performing good against Birmingham with Birmingham and stuff like that. What do you do? What do you do, coach? Yeah, what do you do, coach?
I don't envy the coach.
Yeah.
There's if it's a good outcome, everybody happy. If it's a bad outcome, he's gonna get the blame.
Yeah. What do you do? But if I'm me still, I'm gonna be brave. I'm starting Leon Bailey and I'm starting Damaya Gray. Because Leon Bailey and Damaya Gray never yet play against Trinidad. So Trinidad don't know what they're gonna get.
Now they played against Trinidad in the Gold Cup 3 years ago when they beat them up like 5-2 or whatever the number was, 5-1.
Yes, in the Gold Cup. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, in the Gold Cup. Yes, you're right. When we whop them. So I'm starting them. That proved my point to start them more. Because they know that Trinidad can't handle it.
The coach is gonna be tough, people, because I don't think the coach is gonna drop CPAS. I don't think there's any way he drops CPAS.
Why?
Because he loves CPAS. Do you don't realize that?
Yeah, he loves CPAS because Damaya Gray is not there.
No, he loves CPAS.
That's the problem.
He loves CPAS, period.
Because Damaya Gray is not there. If we have a full strength squad with a Bobby, Damaya Gray, Leon Bailey, and stuff like that, you're not going to see CPAS starting. You're not.
I think he'll start Bailey. On the right, if Bailey's fit. I'm not sure he'll start Gray actually. Remember one thing, one of the games that we played, he put Gray in the 10 and put Cephas out wide. He loves Cephas.
Yeah, because Palmer was in the side. I don't remember if Palmer was in the side when that happened.
I don't think so.
Right, Palmer was in the side when that happened. That's what I'm saying. Somebody have to drop out for them team start. But if everybody is there.
Then the coach said Palmer is not playing. Did Palmer say Palmer doesn't have a team or something? Didn't he say that?
Oh, Palmer?
That's what he said. He said like Palmer is not playing for his team or something. He made a comment.
A lucky have a team and not play.
He actually said, go check the press conference.
The last one that just gone?
Yes.
The last press conference after the match, after the Bermuda match?
He said something like that. Go check people. He said Palmer, and he said something about Palmer don't stop a team, or I was saying don't start. Okay. Yeah, he made a comment which I thought was an interesting comment. Because Russell ain't starting either regularly. Ain't nobody starting regularly. Pinnock's not starting regularly. King not starting regularly. Lembakisa Ribery start. Most of them not start for nobody.
Right. Most of them not start. Damari Gray starting. Amari Bell is starting. You understand? And that changed. You know, it's between Amari Bell and Greg Lay. I don't know, but although Amari Bell more technical than Greg Lay, but Greg Lay have a fight. You understand?
That was an interesting change. Why did he change Bell for Greg Lay? I didn't understand the change.
Because of the fight. Greg Lay have a fight in him there. You have to just make it.
Yeah, we're playing Bermuda. We're playing Bermuda. Ain't no fight needed. If you're gonna play a fight, put him against Curacao.
Every time you put Greg Lay, Greg Lay will give you 110%.
No, but I'm saying if you wanted fight and physicality, you put him against Curacao away from home. You put him in Jamaica at home and playing against an inferior team.
That's what he should have done. But Greg Lay have a fight. Depends anybody is playing, he always have that fight. He always play hard.
Yeah.
You understand? He always put 110%. Greg Lay have that Claude Davis and
but I think sometimes we confuse and conflate aggressiveness with outcome and with how people play. Like Hayden ain't running quick to nowhere. Hayden ain't running quick, but he's effective.
That's why I'm talking about Whisper. Whisper wasn't rushing nothing at all.
That is true.
He was just gliding. That's why I said this guy surprised me. This guy wasn't rushing. You know when to burst. You know when to pick his pass. You know he was just gliding, and that's what I'm saying. This guy, if he continue, this guy is going to be one of Jamaica's best football player we ever see.
I don't want to get too excited too early.
I'm not getting excited.
You are. Wait. If you're gonna make wait.
Hold on, Kranky. You see a trajectory upon that kid and say, yo, if that kid he might do things, he might do the right things then. He's doing the right things.
You know what? I'm fine with your prognostication. I'm fine with I'm fine with it because I've said the thing about Calamarty. They're gonna be Jamaica for the next 10 years. So I probably should because I always like to predict things from early. Whisper has a lot of ability. Whisper has a lot of ability. I mean, his maturity was evident against Curacao, and it carried over to the last game. Right? But Bermuda is not the barometer to judge these things.
Yeah.
Not even Curacao either. Not even Curacao. Because Curacao not that good enough. Jamaica should be Curacao and Curacao now. Even with all the things that we do on midfield.
Where should I be Curacao?
Yeah.
Should be Curacao.
Trinidad was better than them, I thought, actually, but they...
This is really
I thought Trinidad was a better team overall. Trinidad to me must feel the worst of everybody in the zone because they have played decent and have nothing to show for it. Right? They probably won't win the zone unless Jamaica draw their 2 game, and unless Jamaica lose to them and draw to Curacao, they can still win it, and Curacao draw 2 games or Curacao lose to us and draw again. So Trinidad can still win the zone actually. All is not lost for Trinidad.
No, if they lose to us and draw, if they draw with us.
If they beat us on Bermuda, they must be 11 points.
Not ever beat. Let's put that draw. If Jamaica draw with them,
they're out.
And Curacao win, they're out.
No, what I'm saying is this: Trinidad can win this one. They can win this one.
Yeah, they can win if they beat us and beat Bermuda.
And we draw with Curacao.
And we draw with Curacao. Yep.
Yeah.
And we draw with Curacao.
Yeah,
it's a possibility. You understand? Everything is there. But I'm saying, but if they draw with us, if they come with it, even just a draw with us, they're out of it.
all right.
If they draw with us, they're out.
Bless up, Tiga.
They can't. They have to go with them. You see, that's why the game I got nice down at Trinidad now. That's why the game, because I'm going to play open.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm going to come because they're going to come for a must win.
Yeah, no, if they win both games and we draw with Curacao, they win the zone. So, and by the way, Curacao have to lose to our draw with Bermuda, actually.
Bermuda. But I'm saying with Trinidad now, it's sticky upon them because they can't play for a draw against us. So they can't come out defensive. I said, all right,
they have never been defensive against us ever. They have never been defensive against us.
No, I'm just saying. When them see all of the Jamaicans, the rightful team step out there, whoever they are, they can't say, all right.
Wow. You see that comment? You see that comment in chat, people? Yamal is not much better than Whisper.
No. Never take it too far, Rasta. Never take it too far. Whisper just come off an injury. Make the man grow, no man. The man get voted for the Ballon d'Or and everything. Oh, not go out with brother. He's the man.
Maybe Whisper did too.
Whisper sign a contract yet. Whisper still a player under 21. Come on, people, man.
That's yeah.
Come on.
Yamal is not much better than Whisper. I don't know how to judge it, but I don't think I do the comparison.
Right. And he has quality. So load the quality, make the quality go and work on, man. And then go and work on the quality, man. You understand? That man is a complete footballer. And Sam Whisper is not a complete footballer yet. That man reach. As far as me concerned, that man reach. You understand? That man reach. So Whisper not reach yet. As far as me concerned. That man fair star up in club and star up for country. There's no, you can't get no higher than that.
Yeah.
You understand? You can't get no higher than that.
All right, Tiga, me have to run. Me have a couple. Me have make two more calls, and then me have to cut out the program. Thanks.
Happy birthday, my boss.
Yeah, man, thanks. Yeah, me have a good dinner soon, people.
So wait a second, November?
Yes.
All right, November. All right, cool.
Yeah, man. I think I have to call back 2 people, and then we're done with this. He may have left already. Hello? Yeah.
Why, maybe you come do stuff and I'll wake up.
Well, me not stay long enough. I've got dinner. So the floor is yours.
We know you're not stay long, man.
The floor is yours. The floor is yours.
Today your birthday. Happy birthday, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
My one got last month.
Okay. Me stop counting one, but me got dinner still, so a good thing.
Oh, yeah, you're liberal, right?
Yes.
Come on, not bad people, you know.
No, good people, man.
On
Good
the
people.
woman side, not talk still. On the woman side.
Oh, okay. We're not deal with the woman them, so we wouldn't know. Wouldn't know.
All right, here we go now. You know the saying in Jamaica say, leopard never change them spot. You know leopard can't change them spot, but leopard spot can't change, right?
No, I can't change them spot now. And it's innate.
No. Like about we see first now.
Well, I don't think he's a leopard because he changed his spot in the first half. He changed his spots in the first half.
Exactly. You see, yeah,
so he's not a leopard. He's not a leopard. He's not a leopard.
Listen, the man played so good in the first half and did what everybody asking him to do. Go down, beat, look up, square the ball, if you don't have a shot. And him did that and what, two goals come out of it.
Yep.
Second half, the man gone back to him old self.
Yeah, he does that, doesn't
he? Gone back to him old self because we are lead 3 alumni and feel like he need a goal.
Yeah.
Me see him could give him in a later match, him could give Russ that easy goal to, you know.
Yeah.
Come down and beat everything, you know, and try to go for the near post, you know, and Russell was standing right there behind the goalkeeper in the 6-yard box.
Yeah, yes. But you don't see Fasty. You don't see Fasty. Him want the glory. Him want the glory. No.
But him seems to realize that when him do get assist, that is also glory to him.
Yes, it is, but it's not the same glory as scoring a goal. No?
I know that, but if you can't score, then score.
Yeah, but everybody want to be on the front page, you know. Nobody want to be on sidekick. You want to be up on the front page.
I know. You're a case now, me depend now. Two things. I love beat Jamaica field, so Bridging.
What field?
The play field.
You mean the
field we have a stadium.
You mean the cow pasture?
Cow pasture. Listen to me. You see what we have now is platinum compared to what we had in going for 98 World Cup.
This is 25 people. We keep talking about this 28 years ago.
Listen what I said a while ago.
I heard you.
What we have now at the National Stadium, a platinum compared to what
I have been to Jamaica, people. Okay, let's do the analogy. The roads we have now in Jamaica. Wait. The roads we have now in Jamaica are platinum compared to the roads we had then. And these roads in Jamaica, they're good. Most of them are good. Expecting that some backward.
I meant the highways. It's highway.
I meant the highways.
Within the city, still no good.
Yes, I drove on some from Westmoreland to Montego Bay and some backwoods.
The highway nice.
They have fixed those roads in 20 years. Yes.
Not in the city. Now listen to me. Saying, you see when the Peruvian guy come, when him come, years ago, me 10 years ago, and fix the field at stadium. If the government, we just clear the damn thing, it will not break up like it break up now. Because I can tell you the things that I feel I went through. I'll sting the man and put back there in the boss, and man and dig up all the field, you know. A plant, lumber in the field and make for ice things. Whole things I feel I went through.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this, which is you can have a field that has
it take care now. It take care right now.
No, but here's the point though, work traveler. You have a field that is created from multiple type of events, like Tottenham Stadium, which play American football, which have concert. But the field has to be structured to be able to accommodate those events. You can't have a field where you don't have the infrastructure to allow that to happen.
Remember, say them can break out the pitch and you understand?
Yeah. The field is horrible. Horrible. I was digging up yesterday. Every run people they make, the field dig up. Dig up. Go look at it. Dig up.
But at least when you make a pass, you can see the ball roll. You're not getting that much uneven bounce. Again, like what we used to have. See, much better now.
Yeah.
But it's still not perfect, you know, but it's much better than what than even the last World Cup qualifying. See,
DW, as usual, you're missing the point, DW. You're missing the point. Go ahead.
All right. Are you afraid of Trinidad, Kranky?
We don't really beat Trinidad as much as you think we do, you know. When it comes to these type of games, when we play Trinidad in Jamaica, they were the better team.
Kranky, me the business what you want to say. I'm gonna tell you already.
Wait, before finish. Trinidad were the better team in Jamaica. They drew with Curaçao at home. Curaçao beat us at their place. If you want to use those numbers and those comparisons and those games as a way to assess, you can say we should be concerned about Trinidad.
Listen, Trinidad, Curaçao beat us at their home because our coaching staff blunder.
But Trinidad can say we beat them because then we have some mistake make what should make. Same concept, same idea.
Listen, offside is offside.
No, we're talking about the header that got to Calamarti. No, it's not just the offside. It's not just the offside.
Man, Trinidad is better than we. I'm gonna tell you, say we can beat them in Trinidad. It's a long time when Trinidad don't beat us in Jamaica, you know.
Yeah.
In a competitive game, you know. See? And we go there and beat them all the time when it matters.
Yeah.
See? Some you know you just afraid of Trinidad. Some
it's not afraid. I respect my opponents.
Trinidad, man.
I respect my opponents, people.
See? Because me said earlier.
The only thing we're afraid of AI. We're not afraid of nobody else. We're not afraid of people. We're afraid of AI.
Listen, man. Earlier you said Curacao is leading the zone.
Yes.
That means you already write up a last to Trinidad, you know.
No. No. So here's the thought process. Bermuda has been lying and rolling over. So they ain't create no barrier for nobody.
So you know them can't come good one game.
They have not come good so far. I'm using history as a barometer to assess.
They owe it to them fans.
No, it's only get worse, people, because here's what happens in those situations. You no longer can qualify. You're going to give other more players who get no game time more running the side because you have nothing to play for.
You forget more pride.
What pride? If they have pride, then I play better yesterday. They have no pride. Pride, they lose them.
This is in Bermuda.
Friday lose them. They have no pride, people. That pride, God. They had 25% against Jamaica. Nobody had 25% against Jamaica. They had 25% possession.
Them came out hard. When the beginning of the match, them came out hard. I run at us.
Yeah, they head very hard. Nah, people, they come on yesterday. Yeah, we didn't score in the first 15 minutes or so. But they weren't in the game at the beginning.
When that one goal going in a Virgin, and they say them get a hit. It's like them get a sucker punch and right in them stomach. See?
Yeah, I mean the own goal didn't help them. Then didn't help them.
No, it did kill them.
Yeah.
It killed them and the captain to make it worse.
Yeah.
See? And they know CFAs do him supposed to do a long time, square the ball them, 2 goals come out of that. Because where I was sitting to the north end, that is to the hills.
You're not bleachers.
Yeah, bleachers our spot, man.
Were you there with Ketterak? No, you're Ketterak in midlife field. You're there more. Yeah.
Yeah, I was right. I basically there within the corner flag.
Okay.
In line with the corner flag. That's where we sit. My crew. You understand? And when the second goal went in, I thought it was Sifa scored, you know, but I never realized that Nicholas tap it in.
But when we cross and score, but when Sifa you want to do that. But
and that him don't want to score, he want to score.
He want to cross and score at the same time.
Bowser tap it in.
Yeah. Bless up Midnight Cowboy. He wants to cross and score. But he had a good game. He had a very good first half. He had an excellent first half, by the way. Yeah, excellent first half. I think I keep telling people this, word traveler, which is the reason why your name get called Latin if you're an athlete, you know, is one of 2 things. Either you are exceptional continuously. Well, either 3 things. You're either really, really poor and people don't want you in the team. You're really, really exceptional and you're consistent, or you devise opinion because you're hit and miss. CFAS is in the middle. He might hit and miss. Nobody not talking anybody who just regular football. Nobody not.
Him do more bad than good.
Yeah.
Him do more bad than good.
Yeah.
Why you can't for Dixon still in a bridging?
What were your thoughts on Dixon's game yesterday?
Why
what was Dixon yesterday? Go ahead.
I agree that the man made some mistakes, some passes were accurate, but no may I ask you, the mistake that we make with pass, did it hurt Jamaica?
You know, people, I love these questions.
May I ask you? I'm
going to answer your question. It's an unfair question. So here's where the question is unfair.
Kranky.
It's an unfair question. But here's the problem with that. Yes, it hurt Jamaica. Yeah, every time you turn the ball away, it hurt your team.
Listen, man.
Wait. The question, what does hurt mean? That it costs a goal? No. Every time you turn the ball over, you hurt your team because the opposition gets the ball. That means you no longer have a chance to score and move the ball forward because the opposition had the ball. Yes, it hurts the team. Now, did it cause a goal? Did it create a situation where they have a chance? No, but it hurt your team.
But all the mistake that he made, did he put back any pressure on Jamaica? Meaning, so he made a mistake at a spot that caused the Bermuda to pick up the ball and move at us.
The only thing that pressure Jamaica probably yesterday, the only thing that pressure Jamaica was maybe the stadium wasn't full. They didn't play anybody yesterday get pressure. Bermuda did nothing yesterday, nothing. It was embarrassing, their performance. Embarrassing.
A lot of people that stadium.
Them beat the cross half line. I'm gonna see I'm gonna see a Blake yesterday. I'm gonna see a Blake make yesterday. I'm gonna see if he make.
How many save?
Yeah. Difficult save. Me
Me must see first get. Me must see first.
No, I said our goalkeeper. How much difficult save he made yesterday?
Oh no.
Exactly. That was the opposition.
None really.
Exactly. Exactly.
None really. But as I tell you, if I would start score, we kill them.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make people.
Seaver's got his chance to score and never do it. You know.
Well, he should have passed the ball though. He should have passed the ball.
But we remember the one where him kick on the goalkeeper. The square come across and kick it on the goalkeeper.
Oh yes. That was a really good opportunity actually. He got one and Dixon got one like that actually. Dixon created a ball from Nicholson when he beat the man.
Dixon was safe.
I know, but I'm saying Dixon
stretched out his leg, but
wasn't Cephas one safe too?
Cephas one safe, but no, Cephas kicked the ball straight on the goalkeeper, but Dixon won his goal save it. Because the goalie leave a leg out.
The goalie save both of them. The ball go down, goalie save both of them. And in fact, Dixon one may have been a little bit easier because he created space.
Cephas one is a reaction save still.
Yes.
Because him kick it straight to the goalkeeper. So the goalkeeper, him don't know nothing about it. Him just knows the ball just hit him and rebound out. But Dixon one now, sometimes in situations or strikers, you have to think about the chip, you know. Always go for the chip. Because them know goalkeeper comes spread out, hands out, legs out, everything out.
Yeah.
So always go for the chip.
Now look, Jamaica is in a good. Jamaica is in a. It's not a great spot. It's a good spot. It's not a great spot when you play the two best team in the zone at the last spot, but it's a good spot because if you win your home game, you go to the World Cup. It could have a better situation than that. If you win your home game, you go to the World Cup.
You know, Trinidad can't beat you so easy in Trinidad, and Curaçao definitely can't beat you.
I wouldn't say that. I'm not gonna make any predictions about the Trinidad game in Trinidad, but I would say I expect Jamaica to beat Curaçao at home. It's gonna be a difficult game. Huh?
Are you Trinidad to make you afraid of Trinidad, sir?
I'm not afraid of Trinidad, but I've seen Jamaica against Trinidad historically. And
listen, man, Mr. Trinidad ball us all the time. Play better ball, bounce football around us, and make it look like so when I try, and we always beat them.
They're not prolific scoring goals, you know. Exactly. Levi Garcia is the best player. They're not prolific. Think about it. They've scored 2 against Bermuda at home. They have scored 1 against Curacao away, and they haven't scored against us. So they haven't scored a lot of goals. But we may be the team that they get.
Them scoring Bermuda. The goals them scoring Bermuda are giveaways.
Yeah.
See, it's not like them creating a much for score those 3 goals, but we know they were giveaways. Defenders errors.
Yeah. All right, World Traveler. Me have one more coffee, make me done evening. Be tired, make up.
All right, man. Respect, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the call. Yeah, man. Bless up. All right, people. Me I make one last call and then that's it for the day. Let me go find the number. I don't see it either. I do not see it. Lance the beg if you're coming back, or you called me earlier. I don't see you in the chat anymore, so you may not be there, and I can't find your number. Don't know where it is. If not, I'm gonna close the program down, people. As I mentioned before, it's my urge strong today, so I have to go. But let me just say this: a couple of things actually. We're not being negative because some people think we're being negative because we mentioned the deficiency in the opponent. Even a blind man could see that. You know, blind people can't see. Jamaica should be happy that we came out of this after losing to Curacao and everybody down about the game. Because if we won that game, we'd be at the World Cup right now. Right? We'd be at the World Cup. We'll be thinking about no, we have to beat Curacao at home. But it becomes more interesting. The biggest thing that we need to be concerned about is the health and the playing time for the players. The 2 most important things going forward. Players are available. We don't hear nobody injured like we agreed injured last window. And then, as important, the clubs are giving them playing time. Some of them won't get a lot of playing time still, but the clubs are giving them playing time. I don't envy the coach next window. Lord have mercy, especially the people who have them favorite players. And the coach is not the favor for a lot of people. He's not a lot of people's favorite in terms of coach or his ability or what he's done, blah, blah, blah. But the most important thing is we need to support the team. And, you know, maybe I should think about Jamaica in November. Watch a game. Another thing that's important is we need to go to the game, people. So if wherever you're in our world, try to get to the game. Maybe fill up the stadium. Try to buy me a ticket from early. You know, I'm gonna like fly me. I try to go down and watch a game. So we need to go watch the game, the Curaçao game, because no matter what, I'm not Trinidad and people. If we beat Curaçao, we got a World Cup. No matter what happened against Trinidad. Yes, it's good if we beat Trinidad and a miracle happened where Bermuda hold off Curaçao. But that's not the imperative. Is that we beat Curaçao at home and we go to the World Cup. We need a whole 30-something thousand. The stadium to be packed, not one empty seat. When I look at Honduras the other night, when I look at Curacao, even though this stadium is over 10,000, it's full. It is heresy for us not to fill the stadium. It's just it's not okay not to fill the stadium. The players should feel the energy. When the players are tired, they should feel that energy pushing them along. They should feel it. We don't want them to be too overly concerned about producing on the field, but we need to support them, call them name, and ensure that we have done the best we can as fans to give them the best chance to win. So whether the support is remote or at the field, Jamaica have a chance to get World Cup, just like they did in 97. We talk about that a lot. Well, you know what? This is even a better opportunity to go to the World Cup. Different times, 27, 28 years later, let's do so. Anyway, let me just say, I appreciate being here. Before you leave, people, hit the like button, subscribe, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Appreciate everybody. Peace out. Bless up, everyone. Kranky life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk and it's free, yo. Kranky life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Kranky life, tell them. Kranky life, heed them. Kranky life, want them. Kranky life. From the courts to the field, we'll never lose because Kranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Kranky life, tell them. Kranky life, heed them. Kranky life, want them. Kranky life. Kranky life where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Kranky life, get to know the name because Kranky analysis is never lame. Kranky life, give me my Kranky life. I want my Kranky life. Must have my Kranky life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know Kranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Kranky life. Tell them Kranky life. Heed them. Kranky life. Want them. Kranky life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Kranky Live. Tune into Kranky Live. Like up Kranky Live. Subscribe to Kranky Live. Kranky Live coming to you on weekdays. Kranky Live sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Kranky will always bring the heat. Kranky Live. Me say fi tell them Kranky life. Me say fi heed them Kranky life. On them Kranky life. Kranky life will be around. Kranky life is the best in town. Me say fi heed them. Me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them. Want them, heed them, want them. Kranky life. Kranky life. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them, Kranky life, Kranky life. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Kranky life, Kranky life, Kranky. Heed them, want them, heed, one them, heed, one, heed, one, heed them.